Hello baby gangsters, this is Calvin, also known as Wummer, and this is my first ever playthrough of Honkai Star Rail, and we're going to be doing a companion mission today. I'm not sure exactly what the companion mission is, but I think that we're going to have to answer a message of some sort. I'm not sure which message it is, but I'm assuming it's one of the messages. We can go through the messages. That's what we'll do. We'll go through the messages and we'll see who it is. Before we do anything though, I think it's probably going to be a good idea to check out the banner, which is something that I haven't done yet, haven't gotten to do yet. I'm told that it's like one of the characters is only a spoiler if you do a trial, so that's fine. We can do that, and then we'll worry about the rest of the stuff later. Let's check out the warp section. Yeah, you see, I have no idea. It's a really cool design, though. You know what I mean? That's what always happens. Really cool design. Love the blue. Oh my god, yeah, the blues are really nice, actually. Yeah, a really cool design. But again, Honkai Star Rail designs are always really good. Oh my god, we got Don Hong Eidolons. Yeah, a Sampo Eidolon. A Sing. Yeah, I definitely wish on a banner. Here's a and Silverwolf. You know what's so funny? There's a slight shine on my TV from the sun. So I was like, oh, this character's cool. Silverwolf. This is really cool. Okay. Yeah, so just pretty much this character's design, really cool. Love the colors. Again, I don't want to read too much into the characters, especially when they're characters I don't know. Silverwolf is a character who I obviously like as well because of the Stellar Hunter stuff, I guess, as well. But yeah, I'm gonna wish on this banner to get some, at the possibility of getting a 4-star character from this as well. Getting some Eidolons is not a bad thing either. And if the chance we get Silverwolf, that's not a bad thing either. So we'll wish on it right now. Oh, the light cones. Very pretty. Oh my god, blowing the bubble as well. There's also light cones for Herta and stuff like that as well. But again, as you guys know, I don't want to read too much into anything because I feel like that's the wrong way to go about this if I'm avoiding spoilers, right? Check this out. We're for sure getting a 4-star. Who we get is anyone's guess. Or it could be light cone. But then again, light cones are great in this game, so I'm never upset by getting a light cone instead of a character. You know what I mean? Never. I always find use for them at some point. Okay. We're using Sampo right now. So that actually makes a lot of sense that we have a oh, cool. Subscribe. We got a Gwei light cone. Interesting. That's a good pull. Let's check out the I guess the Gwei light cone. Before you leave, the wearer's basic attack and skills deal 24% more damage. This effect increases by an extra 24%. Okay. That's pretty good, right? Okay, so I wonder if would this be something that someone who already has a really cool damaging basic attack, someone who has a kind of I guess a physical attack, or someone whose basic attack is already very good. I would say the likes of I don't know, even Jingliu, who I'm talking with who I have, by the way, Stel, Sushang, would benefit a lot from that as well. That's really cool. I love the artwork as well. Love the artwork. And we have an Eidolon then for our boy Sampo. Let's do a few more wishes just to see what we can get. Again, it's one of those things where we'll get pity anyway, so it's really nice. Okay, another constellation of a character I actually have quite leveled as well, so that's actually really good for us as well. Let's see what we get here. Light cone. Yeah, honestly, couldn't ask for a better situation if we're talking about it seriously. You know what I mean? Honestly, I never expect to get a 5-star because we have so many good characters already. Also, I just got Kafka. But if I'm going to wish on a banner, obviously I'm going to wish on a character that I wouldn't mind having. And I love the Stellar Hunters so far, and even Silverwolf is part of that too. Look at the little Silverwolves as well around her as well. Okay, very cool. Very, very cool. In terms of our Eidolon then for Sampo. It's nice. What's the first Eidolon do? When using a skill, deals damage 1 extra times to a random enemy. Wait, what? Is that not really good? Just a bit of extra damage to an enemy at all times?
Wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I would say. That's really good. That's actually not bad at all. At all. And then the travelogue probably just has Okay. Yeah, obviously usual stuff like missions and stuff like that as well. Perfect. Okay, let's go into our messages and start trying to find this quest. My messages have probably built up quite a bit. Dr. Edward. Hello, Miss Stell. Someone just donated a dream bubble to our store after conducting psychometric spectral analysis on it. I expect you will be interested in the contents inside this dream bubble. Oh, that's the eye, yeah. Who donated to you? The donor is an elegant lady named Black Swan. What are you talking about? If you have the time, we'd love to have you anytime. There it is. There's the companion mission right away. Perfect stuff. Perfect stuff. So Black Swan is giving us a dream bubble. They say that we're interested in it.
Oh, is that a stain? I like this coat.
She's a stain on her coat. Yeah, so honestly, like, I'm very excited to do this, whatever it entails. If Black Swan is, like, giving us some information on this stuff as well, then you know it's going to be, like, a big deal, too. In terms of our messages, by the way, I'll try and maybe go through them today if we can. There's, like, a lot, as usual. But now, we've got through the named characters, like, you know what I mean? The characters that, like, you know, that we know very well. I made sure to get through those as well. Well, let's do this. I'm so interested to see what this is going to be.
Trailblazers from the Astral Express. Welcome to the Dreamscape 6.
Thank you. Is that usually how you welcome customers?
Please excuse me. I struggle to think of an appropriate way of addressing such esteemed guests as yourself.
Don't worry about it. I appreciate it nevertheless.
You must be here to experience those dream bubbles. I've already made the necessary preparations. Be careful. We did pass the safety inspections stipulated by 027 damage ferrets and Article 076 regulation.
Okay, so at least you're regulated.
However, this dreamscape will feature unfiltered and unpolished fresh memory. You will make for a very vivid experience.
Oh, okay.
Veteran gamers call this type of dream a thrill dream. I don't know if you're into that kind of thing. If you feel any discomfort, please leave the dreamscape immediately and seek professional help.
They say this is the start of like most video games nowadays, don't they? Like, it's a weird liability because, like, you know, it's like, but they have to say it to protect themselves, you know. Even though it's like, man, if you're like someone who's like, but I guess like it's also for like kids as well. But then again, you also, you know, people should be making sure that kid isn't like, you know, nauseous playing a game for 24 hours, you know. I don't know. It's always a weird liability, but they need to like put it out before games, I guess. They need to put it before you play games. So I will say as well, like I don't know if people said it was a glitch, but sometimes it's not. I don't know what it is. For some reason, like his voice is always so low compared to everything else in the game, and this area is also so echoey. It's so weird.
Luckily, I just so happen to be an excellent doctor, albeit a psychiatric one. Let us begin. Please, close your eyes and rest your forehead on the dream.
Like he's the only character that like one of the only characters that I have to like listen to it like I'm like playing the game with my head like towards the TV like huh what we have subtitles though, so touch the dream bubble.
Yes. Any Elizabeth? That elegant girl mentioned something before she went.
The nature of this memory is special. Don't ruin the dreamscape experience for anyone else by spoiling the ending.
So you're saying don't reveal the ending? Black Swan. So we're legit for a companion quest. We're going inside a dream bubble. This is so fun. This is so fun. Wait, Black Swan's just right there.
In my estimation, there is no question about it. This is murder.
Huh?
Murder. Such a
Bloodhound.
choice. The people of Penacony could never come to any harm while under the watchful protection of the family.
And yet we've had a lot of spiritual deaths happening.
In a dream, even if you're bashed 1,000 times with a hammer, at worst you'll still wake up in reality in a hotel.
Interesting. So maybe that's the idea behind a spiritual death, is that because even if you die inside the dream, you should wake up. But a spiritual death seems to be that you die inside of, maybe I'm just ascertaining this, like a spiritual death could be that you die inside of a dream and then you die, then it like erases you, or like you die in real life as well and you won't wake up, you know?
Not
necessarily. Even if the
Sambo?
result does not constitute harm, the criminal intent is clear enough.
Okay.
You specifically came here to cordon off the scene because of the unsavory nature of this case, right?
Wait, is this actually Sambo or is this Sparkle? Because that's the thing. Like I understand it is like it's a dream bubble, but still.
You're not wrong. Even if there are no casualties, being smashed over the head with a hammer in the middle of the street for no reason at all. This is not the kind of thing that happens on Penacony.
It's a brutal way to do to anyone, but I guess what they're saying as well is that it's like which is true. It's like even if like you didn't kill someone, like you still should probably be like, you know, like you know, if you're hitting someone with a hammer, even if it's inside a dream, like we don't want that inside our dream.
You are guests of the Oak family, so you may investigate the crime scene. I'll be on standby over here.
The Oak family. So is it like, are we actually doing a full crime scene investigation?
Witch? Just how did you manage to convince them in the blink of an eye that we're some kind of detectives?
Tell the truth. Wait, tell the truth. Are we playing as Black Swan then? Offer no explanation. Should we be very Black Swan like?
Just some suggestions at the memory level. If something happens in everybody's memory, then that something becomes a fact.
Interesting. Okay.
Rather than hearing endless explanations, would you like to experience it for yourself?
She's very cool, isn't she?
No. Hey, you can save that for the enemy.
Oh my god, the voice actors for Sambo's always so good.
Then on to the next order of business. Let's discuss your companion, shall we?
Companion.
Memo Keeper of the Garden of Recollection.
Oh,
I've been watching you for quite some time.
that's Sparkle's mask, right?
You stole a glance at me when you first entered the hotel. You followed me wherever I went inside the dreamscape. In the windows along the commercial street. In the pond water reflections of the Idean Park. Even in the reflections of the wine glass.
Whoa.
Everywhere.
So this is actually really a great like paragraph of writing to me, just because like it's obviously like, you know, it's about like how I guess Black Swan saw her, or how she saw Black Swan was following her. It's like, hey, like, you stole a glance at me at the hotel, which is a, you know, just a small look. You followed me wherever I went inside the dreamscape. And I love that. It's like, I see you in the windows. I see you in the reflection of the pond water. Even in the wine glass, I see you.
My dear, do you have a crush on me?
Whoa.
Well then, seeing as you're so interested in me, let's play a little game.
Jigsaw over here. Like, I guess Sparky likes a bit of mischief.
I left a puzzle for you near OT Mall. Solve it and prove that you're capable of pleasing me. If you can solve it, then we can talk.
You can tell like Sparkle just loves to push a button. You know what I mean? Loves.
Don't leave me waiting, my dear. Before Penacony gets flipped upside down, try to find me.
Even the voice.
Catch me and stop me.
Again, literally, I guarantee you that Sparkle was the type of kid that like was like, okay, let's play hide and seek, and they would have a spot that they would hide for like 3 days in there, and you're like, where the hell are they? I don't know where they are. And then like you find out that he just went to have dinner. You know, I feel like they're that type of person. They went inside.
There's actually more than one memo keeper who's come to Penacony. She's mixed me up with someone else. But no harm, no foul.
Okay, interesting.
The address that the mask gave you was right here. But you never would have thought that when Miss Sparkle mentioned a game, she was talking about wanton slaughter on the streets of Penacony.
Yeah, it's like, what's her problem? You know what I mean? She's like, I'm playing a little game. I guess someone's dead.
Such a direct act of provocation is enough to get my competitive side worked up too.
Madam, forgive me. I had no idea about anything she said. As you saw, I went through a brain scan and everything.
So they scanned Sambo's brain to see if he still had Sparkle there?
I'm just a friend, helping her deliver a letter. That's all. I never knew this was actually a declaration of warfare.
They say you shouldn't kill the messenger. So maybe you can just,
Let me go. You all are the big shots here. I'm really not on your level.
Yeah, you know when someone's scared of something happening when to explain themselves, they have to like really explain themselves.
What a frightened look you have. Don't worry. Since this has nothing to do with you, I won't be suspecting you of anything. Why don't you come take a stroll with me?
If Black Swan said, come take a stroll with me, why does that give like the same energy of like a soprano saying it to you? I don't know what it is.
Seems like I can't escape being an assistant detective. Oh, fine. It's all fine. No big deal.
Oh my god, the voice actor. So, oh, there we go. We're playing as Black Swan, for real. With our team here. Man, and I think Black Swan's actually really good with Kafka, so this actually might be great. Black Swan is so freaking cool. Look at her. And I say that, like, Black Swan is scary when we were talking about the idea of, like, her being like, hey, let's go for a little walk, you know what I mean? Like, and that is kind of a scary thing for anyone to say to you, like, in a game like this, where, like, there's so many, like, different agendas and mischievous people around the place and different plans and all this stuff. But I genuinely do think Black Swan is a character who, like, is... How do I say it? Is, like, they feel like their dishonesty whenever they're dishonest with us is for a true benefit, I feel like, and there's it's one of those things where, like, there's some stuff that they say where you're like, I believe that 100%, and there's some stuff that they say that now it's like, well, I'm not sure if, like, and I feel like they're also very careful about what they say, right? They don't ever, like, fully, they don't say a lot as to not have to lie too much. You know what I mean? So, like, it's one of those things, like, if you, like, it's like, well, I never said I didn't do that. You know what I mean? It's like she knocks over a vase, you know what I mean, on purpose. And then someone says, like, did you knock over the vase? And she goes, whoever did it is probably very pretty. And then later on they find out it was her. It's like, you said you didn't do it. It's like, no, I said whoever did it is probably very pretty. That's what I said. I didn't say it wasn't me. But yeah, I believe her on the idea of, like, her wanting to protect Stella and all that stuff, because of the memories that she wants to. But yeah, really interesting character. Again, like I said, like, I'm not afraid of her like I would be a soprano, like, in that general sense. But I mean, like, whenever a character in this game goes, you want to go for a little walk? I'm going to be like, what do you mean? What do you mean?
If there's anything you'd like to know, please ask away.
Regarding the victim, we're doing an investigation here. That's awesome.
Who was the victim?
An IPC employee named Shamari.
Okay.
Eyewitnesses reported that a tall, strong man wearing a large robe with long sleeves walked right past Shamari and suddenly assaulted him with a hammer.
Jesus Christ.
Shamari collapsed on the spot and woke up from the dream. The murderer vanished in a flash.
So he's like, so this legit isn't like the like a spiritual death. It's just like a waking up from the dream, but still you can't have it in a world of dreams.
Ooh, that sounds just like Sparkle. Her best asset is transforming her appearance to look like someone else.
That makes sense. Regarding the Sweet Dreams troop present at the scene of the crime.
Who are those two little guys?
Oh, we gotta look at them.
Seems like the assailants stole the troop from elsewhere and deliberately placed them here. What nerve. They don't even have the slightest consideration for public order. Those two have clammed up. I wonder if you two could help pry open their mouths.
Sure.
Looks like a puzzle that Sparkle has left behind for you.
Yeah, Sparkle is playing a little game here. Regarding the evidence at the scene of the crime.
Any leads yet?
This is a developing case, so there aren't many clues yet. All we have to go by are the weapon used by the assailant and the victim's ID.
There's literally, like, it looks like Sparkle's outfit, right? The flowers and stuff on the side of it.
They didn't even take the weapon with them. Sounds like they're trying to provoke us. Despicable.
It's like leaving notes at the crime or a calling card. Can we summon the victim? So before we go any further, so the victim themselves was an IPC member who got hit with a hammer as this person in a long coat was walking by. These guys, the Sweet Dream Troop, are not talking, but we have to pry their mouths open. And then Sparkle is leaving stuff at the scene of the crime in order to provoke us.
Where's Mr. Shamari right now? I'd like to meet him.
It'd probably be the best course of action,
I'm
right?
afraid you can't.
Huh?
The Oaks came forward and calmed him down. Mr. Shamari expressed that he understands the unpredictable nature of dreams and went on to vacation in another dreamscape.
Okay.
Best not to bother him.
What?
Guest experiences always have to
So
come
the
first.
rules of Pensacola, and I'm not saying this is like a bad writing, but it's clear that like the rules of Pensacola are so serious, and they take the idea of like people's like escapism so seriously that even when we're trying to do an investigation, they're like, no, his comfort's more important.
Oh, I'm afraid by the time we find him, half of Penacony will have been sent
That's what I'm
back
thinking.
to reality by Sparkle.
Sambo, that's what I'm thinking. It's like talking to this person would literally prevent more people getting sent back to the reality.
Looks like we'll have to play this little game of sparkles.
Sure. So Sparkle is like a Batman villain. That's what we're getting at here. Like Sparkle is like a comic book villain. It's the constable.
Lady Black Swan, you're here! I'm the constable, and this here assisting me is the bailiff for this case.
Arresting? Oh, assisting you. It has arresting you.
Mr. Coldfeet, why'd you do it?
Why'd you do it?
So they can talk after all. Miss Black Swan, they're heading straight for you.
What do you mean?
Don't interrupt, I wasn't talking to you. I understand Lady Black Swan has quite the intellect. I'm sure you'll be able to get to the bottom of the Sparkle murder case.
She's a smart gal.
The Sparkle murder case? Wasn't the victim Shamari from the IPC?
So you know it was Sparkle then.
You're wrong, Lady Black Swan. The victim is evidently none other than the matriarch of the Goldhammer
Wait.
family, Miss Sparkle Goldhammer.
Wait. So the matriarch of the Goldhammer family is Miss Sparkle Gold. Wait, what? So she's the victim?
Oh, I guess Miss Sparkle has written herself into the skit here, and this has nothing to do with the actual case. Goldhammer. Is that her real
Signet. So
surname?
maybe she like tricked these people into thinking she's the victim?
Never heard of it. Sounds made up. Sparkle doesn't sound like a real name either.
Miss Sparkle was supposed to receive 3 valiant warriors at the Goldhammer residence today, but upon their arrival, all they found was her body.
What is happening with these guys? I guess like I guess it is like Sparkle's
Miss
influence.
Sparkle had been smashed over the head by a hammer and died on the spot. Such a brutal act of violence. My investigations discovered that the 3 warriors were supposed to escort supplies back to their territory the day before, but they were unexpectedly ambushed by the Annihilation Gang.
Okay. So the 3 warriors that she quote unquote found were ambushed by the Annihilation Gang.
They narrowly escaped and barely got away with their lives, finding their supplies almost completely raided. So they all shared a motive for killing Miss Sparkle. To escape
Wait.
punishment.
So this is something this is not just a skit. 3 valiant warriors of the residence day, but on arrival they found their bodies. Miss Sparkle smashed her head and died in the spot. So they have, oh, sorry, I get it now. These guys here have a motive for doing this, is what they're saying. Okay, yeah, sorry. That makes sense, yeah.
So the 3 of them teamed up to kill her.
Eh? Huh.
Is the case closed?
No, there can only be one murderer. It's not an unsolved mystery if there are 3 murderers. Hang on, wait.
Wait for what?
If you can't justify it, don't bother.
Got it! Those 3 were all vying against each other to be number 2. They couldn't have cooperated on anything. So it must have been
So,
one of them acting alone.
it is like a skit, as like Black Swan is saying. It's like they're like creating something or a scenario in their heads, like that this crime was.
That actually doesn't make much sense. Even if they were on bad terms, those 3...
Like it's like they're making up scenarios and reasonings.
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at the crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit.
Oh my god.
I've got the case file right here. If you want to learn more about the suspects, talk to me.
So it does feel like Sparkle is leaving behind like this, like, you know, not fun. I shouldn't say fun, but a game for Black Swan to play, right? That's what's happening here.
Lady Black Swan, allow me to introduce the 3 suspects to you. Lefton, Zhongshan, and Wright.
Not right.
Lefton is one of Miss Sparkle's chief lieutenants, whose right hand was unfortunately severed while he was valiantly fighting off the Annihilation Gang.
Okay.
He's now learning how to write and hold a fork with his left hand. How tough that must be.
There's a lot of like backstory for these characters, right?
Then there's Zhongshan. This guy's a coward who ran away as soon as a group spotted some bandits along the road. He ended up smashing into the side of a cliff and getting his face disfigured.
Whoa.
It's a real shame, as he used to be one of the rare handsome men left around town.
The rare handsome men. So he literally ran and smashed his face into a cliff?
Last of all comes right. This guy was so insatiably greedy that he still came back to try and embezzle the rest of the supplies after they narrowly escaped with their lives, lying about how the gang had taken off with everything. Lefton and Zhongshan were so incensed that they broke his legs.
What the hell is this story?
Hang on, I'm confused here. Left on, right? Is this some kind of joke?
Wait, so it's left on, left on, right, and Zhongshan? But how's Zhongshan could fit into this?
What? Where did you get that idea from? Do you need me to go over it all again?
That won't be necessary.
That won't be necessary. I've memorized every detail.
Let me memorize every detail. Okay, so let's see if I know it already. Left on is the character that had his right hand severed, right, when he was fighting the Annihilation Gang. Zhongshan is the one who ran away from the bandits and got his face disfigured, and then right got his legs broken because of his greed from Left On and Zhongshan.
No wonder you're a memo keeper.
That is honestly a very like interesting thing though, right? Like the idea that like you know, a memo keeper solving a case makes sense because it's like, you know, their whole thing is like memory and stuff like this as well. I will say, the sound down here in this area, this particular area, is like really weird. So if you're hearing the sound weird, it's not me that's doing anything. It's not my settings. I've changed the settings as people have seen multiple times on the channel. It's just this game's, for some reason, this game's area, this area in particular, this one area has an echo like crazy. It's actually insane. Watch this though.
Make a wish.
Oh, that's just pretty cool, isn't it? I say watch this as if I know what's gonna happen. She's just like her like card readings and stuff like that. Very cool.
Look, an ID card. Talent Motivation Department, Shamari. Is this the victims?
That's the name of the victim, right?
Mr. Shamari's belongings should have disappeared alongside him as he woke from the dreamscape. The fact that this ID is here means Miss Sparkle placed it here on purpose.
She is playing a game.
Definitely attacked someone.
She's playing such a game. Like it's very interesting that, like, you know, we already kind of got that vibe now from Sparkle, right? That you know, from her knocking us into the dreamscape, from the way that she like, because here's the thing, like, I think it's one of those things that, like, the way she even talked to Adventurine, she was trying her damned hardest to get, like, because again, it's one of those things where she was acting like, I don't care about you, and just started, but then, you know, if you don't care about someone, usually you don't, like, bitterly insult them as well, you know what I mean, in a very, very mean way, to the point as well, every time she insults him, she'd look back at his face, kind of like, did that get you? You know, did that get you? But luckily, Adventurine is like, he did show a little bit on his face. He did 100%. He like looked down and he looked very sad, but he was able to like kind of like recover. And that's the best way. The best thing you can do with people that are trying to get a rise out of you is just kind of just to be like, you know, try to hold still. You know what I mean? That way. You know, and it's not only that, but it's like, you know, everything we've seen so far from Sparkle, even the stuff with Sunday, it's like they love just like watching people like get a little bit worked up and squirm and stuff, I guess, you know, and we're seeing that here as well.
Holy moly! This hammer is super heavy. This must be the murder weapon for the Sparkle murder case.
Imagine getting hit with that.
Miss Sparkle also used it to attack Mr. Shamari.
I'm barely able to lift this using both hands. I have no idea how Sparkle could ever use this to hit a target.
So it's a very heavy hammer. That's what we have to remember as well. It's a very heavy hammer.
Is that all the evidence? How are we meant to solve this with so little to go on?
Oh my god, she's back.
Oh, you scared me! When did you pop out?
Right now, the second.
The two pieces of evidence that you found are related to the attack on Shamari. Miss Sparkle didn't leave them lying around for no reason. They're clues to the puzzle.
Okay, so we also know that Miss Sparkle also has the energy of someone in an escape room who sees people not solving the escape room for 10 minutes and going like, maybe you should try the suitcase. Try the suitcase, maybe? Maybe you should try the suitcase. Over there. You know, she has that energy.
But there are still some other clues that were placed in other areas, so they won't spoil the crime scene.
Isn't that a bit unnecessary?
No. It's disruptive to have a stack of irrelevant things crowding a crime scene. Miss Sparkle is a law-abiding citizen who'd never bring extra trouble to the family.
Oh, yeah, sure, Sparkle.
Seems quite nice of her, if you ask me.
Sample. Okay.
Looks like Miss Sparkle is adding a little spice to the investigation. Let's take her up on her offer then. Mr. Assistant Detective, this way.
Oh, this is really fun. The dynamic between these two is very fun. So what Sparkle is saying is that, like, two pieces of evidence that you found are related to the case of attack on Miss Mari. Miss Sparkle didn't leave them lying around for no reason, but she's also saying there are other clues that were placed in other areas so they won't spoil the crime scene. So she's saying that she's gotten other pieces of evidence and put them in different places that were supposed to be at the crime scene. And she's also saying that, like, having a stack of irrelevant things crowding the crime scene, she didn't want that. And again, she's being sarcastic. I would never disrupt the family, you know what I mean? Never. Oh, we're going in here? Awesome. I was wondering where we're gonna get to do this again. But yeah, it's very clear, like, obviously she's playing a game, right? She wants to mess with this quite a bit as well. Oh, here we go again. The most important character in all Honkai Star Rail. Here he is. Hey lady, I got this, okay? I gotta solve the crime now. By the way, your boots are lovely. Oh my god. And those pants suit you so well. It's kind of like uniform. It's working, okay? To ask me if you can wear the uniform on weekends, you're gonna be fine, okay? Nice haircut as well. We're doing good, okay? Okay, where am I going now? I actually just like the vibe of this, the music. The character design is so good. As I said, it's like a character like you would draw as like a doodle. You know what I mean? And I mean that as a compliment, right? Like, I love that, like, the kind of like cartoonish style of it.
What's this little device here for? Could you please let me know? It looks like a little button.
Don't push it, Lady Black Swan. Whatever you do, don't push it.
The constable?
That's the mutually assured destruction button that Miss Sparkle installed. Once pushed, Miss Sparkle and the entirety of Penacony will instantaneously go up in smoke.
I don't know. Knowing Sparkle, I press it and then a sign comes out saying boom.
Miss Sparkle also has her own button. The second she pushes hit, you and the entirety of Penacony will instantaneously go up in smoke.
I don't get the vibe that Sparkle would push that. I think Sparkle would want to mess with it a little bit longer. You know what I mean?
That sounds like both buttons can do the exact same thing.
Yeah.
Correct. Exactly the same.
I love the constable's voice actor, by the way.
Oh.
Aren't you going to ask me why?
Okay. Why?
Because she is fair.
She's fair?
This is nuts.
It's pretty crazy. So Sparkle also gives me the vibes then, right? If Sparkle's setting all this up, Sparkle also gives me the vibe of like, you know, it's like, do you want to press this button I have laid out? And it's like, oh, I'm okay. Aren't you gonna ask me why the button is there? like asking a follow-up question of like, please ask me what it's about. I want to tell you. Which gives me the vibe that Sparkle is a character that also like, while likes to mess with people, probably also craves a bit of attention as well. You know what I mean? Craves a bit of I mean, I don't mean that like in a bad way, by the way. I just mean in like in a way that's like it's someone who like definitely wants someone to be like, you know, oh wow, look at this. And honestly, like that's not even like a bad thing, because it makes perfect sense that she would be someone who craves attention, because she's literally trying to get people's attention right now. She's messing with people, you know what I mean? I think that's her character. I think that there's an aspect to her that she's kind of like you know, look this way, and then she messes with people, you know what I mean? I think she likes playing games with people in that way, you know? Honestly. I enjoy doing the dream jigsaws so much. It is one of my passions. We need this here. That goes here. We need then the other eye, which that goes here. We need then they're actually giving it away for us with the silhouette. I didn't realize this. Do they do this all the time, or is this just this time doing it with the silhouette? I don't think they do it all the time. I feel like I would have noticed. Maybe. I feel like I maybe would have noticed if that's what was happening. Investigate.
What's this? A plush toy?
It's a cute plush toy, right?
Regardless of why it's designed to look like the conductor aboard the Astral
Oh,
Express,
is it?
this doll, is it connected to the case?
Doesn't have the same color though, right?
Have you ever heard of something called a red herring in detective stories? It's a fake clue that leads you down the wrong path.
Okay. Okay.
I see. But when it's so obvious, doesn't that defeat the purpose?
That's just in case you didn't realize the ingenuity of Miss Sparkle and were worried about her throwing out a random useless
Yeah, like
clue.
honestly, telling someone it's a red herring, by the way, it doesn't make it it doesn't make it a red herring, right? For sure.
I see. Thank you for your keen insight. Then, let's pretend we were misled by a red herring. This doll.
Oh my
Could
god.
it be connected to the case?
You don't have to play along that hard, you know.
I don't know. I kind of like Black Swan, like having a very casual nature to all this. You know what I mean? You know, Black Swan not sweating it, I guess. So this is like a pom-pom doll. I thought maybe I'm just like misremembering, but like I also felt like pom-pom had like a different color. But I know they do. I know they have a different color. Oh, you're an enemy? That's not good. We have to turn back into a regular person. Right? Somehow. How do you do that, I wonder? Is there like a shortcut we can open up to get by here? Or do we just have to slip past them or something like that? Oh, there's something. Oh, teleport. Yeah. I forgot about the teleportations. That's my bad. Oh. Sometimes you can find heavy items in the places that the Hanu can drop. If they drop, fall on the head of Stone's lackeys, you can temporarily disable them. Lovely stuff. That's all it took. That's all it took. Hanu is the boss. Don't you forget that, okay? Don't you forget that. Hanu's the boss. Don't you forget it. I need a full Hanu TV show. Another piece of evidence here as well.
This notice seems like a hint for us from Miss Sparkle.
Again? Goldhammer Residence Security Regulations. To prevent criminals from hurting our great and lovely Miss Sparkle, the Goldhammer Residence shall abide by the following regulations from today onwards. All retainers and visitors must enter and exit the Goldhammer Residence using the facial recognition system. Those who are going to pass through the facial recognition system will be killed on the spot. These regulations are in effect indefinitely, so people will be killed if they do not pass the facial recognition.
That sounded like a story from ancient times. And why did the facial recognition system suddenly go out?
Right. It's because is Sambo saying because in this scenario Sparkle was killed?
This is so her style, isn't it? Doesn't look like there are any more clues. Let's head back to the crime scene.
No, don't get rid of me. It's my life.
Should we pin down the identity of the perpetrator? This evidence. I've been staring at it all day, but there's nothing that can identify the perp.
So I'm thinking with Sampo, by the way, I think if this is like obviously the real Sampo, then do you think that like then Sparkle must have spent time with Sampo in some way? To obviously like get his mannerisms to a little bit of like a to the point that like it could fool me somewhat, you know what I mean? But obviously like if you look back now at Sampo, like he had a lot of like different mannerisms that weren't very Sampo-like. But I wonder if she like spent a bunch of time with him.
Lefton, that guy lost his hand.
Yep.
Remember Zhongshan's face was disfigured after the incident at the cliff?
He's still pretty.
Right? I remember this one best. Right has a broken leg.
I like his hair.
Why don't we flip the question and start by asking who couldn't be the murderer? After all, there are only 3 suspects, so elimination could be a valid method.
True, very true. I think it's always like the way you should do it. Like, by the way, when I'm playing Ace Attorney, that's how I do it all the time. Anyone who knows Ace Attorney playthroughs will know that too. I always go what is not. If I don't know what to do, we go what is not, what is impossible. You know what I mean? And then you get the possible. That's a thing, isn't it? Like whatever if you eliminate the impossible, whatever's left is the answer, right?
If you put it like that, then do you already have someone in mind? Tell me, come on.
Okay, so the evidence that we have is that so this is, by the way, this is the facial recognition thing. So the answer is the disfigured guy. No, it can't be him because he can't have his face recognized, right? Whoa. Whoa, okay. Okay, so let's think about this. Wright's legs are broken, so how could he make his way there and hurt someone like that, I guess? Then we have Zhang Shan would have been killed by the facial recognition stuff, right? He would have been. So is it Lefton, but he uses left hand to use the hammer in that way, but then he couldn't lift the hammer, so is it right? I'm eliminating Zhang Shan. Oh yeah, because of the facial recognition, right? Isn't that correct?
So, who exactly is the murderer? Remember Zhang Shan's face was disfigured after the incident at the
Yeah,
cliff?
so he the facial recognition would have picked him up.
Poor guy. He was seriously injured and was all wrapped up in bandages to keep his good looks safe. If that's the case, then he couldn't have made it through the Goldhammer Residence's facial recognition system. That would suggest that Zhongshan is not the murderer.
100%. Okay, so we eliminated Zhang Shan, right? Let's I'm thinking I don't think I want to look at the evidence again. I don't know if we can look at the evidence through the menu or something. Or something like that. Is there a way to look at the evidence through the menu? Not there. Okay, let's just talk to them. So, right.
So, who exactly is I remember this one best. Wright has a broken leg.
You could exclude Wright, I guess, but I'm trying to look at stuff here. We have the ID belonged to Shamari, a worker at the talent motivation department internet. I don't think it's this. A giant wooden hammer Spark used to attack Shamari. It seems to be a custom-made model specific for her. It's extremely heavy and even sample can't lift it in one hand. Okay. Apparently, the one little pressing this button and all will level all the Penacony. Who wouldn't? So I think the only thing we can say is the hammer stuff, right? Because it says one hand.
So, who exactly is the murderer?
That's all we can say, right?
That guy lost his hand.
Because and they brought Sampo with us, who is a strong boy, you know.
Based on the bailiff's statement, Lefton's dominant hand was seriously injured to the point where he had to learn how to live using only his left hand. Swinging that giant sledgehammer to murder someone, that must be hard for him. Probably impossible.
110.
Lefton's suspicion level can be downgraded.
By process of elimination, it seems that only Wright could be the murderer. That was easy. Let's tell the constable our answer and see what he thinks.
But if he's sitting on the ground, right? Like, I don't know. Like, let's see if that's even the right answer.
Please begin your investigation, Lady Black Swan. There are lots of clues at that crime scene that are sure to help you apprehend the real culprit.
I love the voice acting of this so much.
The murderer is Wright.
Is that true? Okay, great.
As expected, you didn't disappoint, Lady Black Swan. Game rule stipulates I must tell you why
The next puzzle. Can I say as well how funny this line is, right? Where like the murderer's right.
Huh? The next puzzle? I didn't sign up for this.
Sabo.
Looks like the key to winning lies not in the puzzle itself, but in the motives behind Miss Sparkle's strange behavior. I'm afraid this chase may just go on forever.
That's the thing. This could go on until, like, Sparkle's bored, right?
I have to remind you that Sparkle is a masked fool?
Yeah.
Do you plan on finding logic in the mind of a masked fool?
She's not logical. She's clearly just, like, messing with us. This could literally go on until she's bored.
That's exactly what I plan on doing. Even if it's just subjective, there must be an overall principle behind the behavior. Memories cannot lie, and hers may just understand more about her
So
than
interesting.
she does herself.
And this is probably why Black Swan, like, maybe why she wants Stell to see this as well, right? Because this is probably the best way to understand Sparkle. Because again, your memories can't lie. Memories cannot lie. They understand you better than yourself. You know that line for Cohen Cambrai, there's no secrets you can hide from yourself and in your mind, you know what I mean?
Right now, let's follow her train of thought and head to the next puzzle. I hope this time we can get ahead of the Bloodhound family. I want to try and avoid using my Memo Keeper powers.
This is a great combo, by the way. I've said it before, but like the Sampo Black Swan combo is very good. Not because it's like, you know, a combo that ideally that I was like, oh, I wish I could see Sampo and Black Swan together. That'd be so cool. It's a combo that's like, you know, a character who like, you know, a Memo Keeper who is like unbelievably like, you know, cool, calm, and collected, keeps her cards close to her chest, and is someone who like, you know, is, I think is like very like, has a big presence to them. And then you have Sampo, who is like a purely like comedic character who has a lot of heart to him as well, you know what I mean? As we said, like Sampo would like, you know, he is the type of character that would legitimately like put his own life on the line if it meant, you know, protecting you. He's just not gonna like, you know, he's just gonna, like, as we said a million times before, Sampo's the type of character that, like, you know, if you're both cop shoplifting, he's putting the food, he's putting that, you know, that thing that you both stole into your pocket, and he's taking nothing. It's all her, you know. But he's also a person that then, if like the security guard then threatens to do something bad or kill you, he's gonna fight the security guard. That's who he's that type of person. I don't know, he just is. But he has a heart and he's very funny. And he's not, I don't think he's as open, but I think that like, open is not how I would describe his character. I just think that he's like, you know, such a yapper in such a funny way, and he's so like, you know, reactive in so many situations that it balances out like Black Swan's like kind of like coldness very well. I don't know, it's very fun so far. It's very fun so far seeing them together. It's the perfect type of duo that's just like a character going like, let's see what's next, and the other character going, well, I didn't shine out for this, you know. It just works. It's a tale as old as time. It's classic.
So why are you so focused on Sparkle's challenge? Or should I ask, are you more focused on Sparkle?
Honestly, I want to understand Sparkle a bit more too. Like legitimately, I think that's like, she's a character who like I think has like a, is very mean and very like I said last time, what's her problem? And yeah, she's just very mischievous, very mean. But like that doesn't mean we don't try to understand the character, you know what I mean? We will always do that as best as possible.
I told you, it's purely out of a spirit of competitiveness.
We'll take that.
And as a Memo Keeper, I also have to fulfill my responsibilities and harvest some interesting memories.
Right, and this is what they love more than anything else, right? Their motivation is memories, right? And that's legitimately the reason why she wants to protect Stell so much as well, right? Well, not protect Stell, but make sure that like Stell didn't get hurt by anyone, and make sure that like Stell keeps going, is because like if she died, if somehow let's say Acheron did try to kill us, those memories that are going to happen in the future, which will be vast, which will be amazing, you know what I mean, are gone, you know, they're gone. And all that's left is the memories that were already there. I'm glad we got to go through, like, truthfully, we actually haven't been in this place in quite a while. A few weeks, actually, just because we were doing so much, like, stuff within the main story aspect and stuff. They should let me keep Black Swan after this, you know what I mean? I think they should.
This place is a complete mess.
Is it?
And those two weirdos are probably here too.
There's nobody else at the scene. Seems like Miss Sparkle used the same method to send dreamers back to reality. Let's talk to those two there then.
Sure. Sheriff. Love the design.
Oh, Detective Black Swan and Detective Sampo. You finally made it.
I love the robot design so much.
We don't know what we've
I love the comedy double take at each other. I love it.
Why are you talking like that? Is this some sort of artistic performance that young people are into these days?
Is there something wrong with the way we are talking? Deputy Sheriff, am I talking in a strange way?
I'm sorry, but it's very funny that like this interaction.
Oh, of course not, Sheriff. The way you talk is no stranger than the cat that climbs the apple tree in my grandma's backyard.
What an analogy. The music here as well.
The skit this time is a modernist one.
Let's discuss this difficult case then. The victim is a galactic business magnate named
Oh my god, Sparkle's loving this. Sparkle is loving this.
Her again? Sparkle really is obsessed with scripting her own death.
Legit, yeah.
Oh, for the laughter. If you undercut me one more time, I swear I'm gonna kick you in the butt.
Jesus, okay, Sambo's just pointing out truth here. You know what I mean? And I call out Sambo whenever is possible. But like legitimately, Sambo is like pointing out the truth here. Is that Sparkle is so crazy that like, you know, most people don't even want to think about their death in that way. You know what I mean? Obviously, it's like organizing a game and stuff like that. That's different. Like, you know, like say like a D&D session or a whodunit thing or whatever, Cluedo. But like, she's scripting her death twice now.
Miss Sparkle came to the fashion store to buy herself a brand new tie. She didn't come back out.
Okay.
After a long time, the shopkeeper went in to see what was going on, but instead discovered Miss Sparkle's body. She had been strangled to death.
That's a horrific. That's like a horrible intent. You know what I mean? That's so direct.
There were 3 suspects on the scene, namely a Pepeshi shopkeeper named Wright, a Foxian gambler named Zhang Shan, and a wealthy Intellitron trader called Lefton.
Okay, so we have Wright, Lefton, and Zhang Shan again. Is this like Paddy Englishman, Paddy Irishman, Paddy Scotsman walk into a bar? You know, there were 3 suspects seen. Okay, so there's a shopkeeper named Wright, a Foxian gambler named Zhang Shan, and a wealthy infiltrator. Okay.
Our old
Yeah, our old pals. I'm in love with this. Like, while it's like, you know, dark in a way, like, it is kind of like a fun way of like truly solidifying the mischief of a character, you know?
It's not just to aid your memory. We've added more descriptions to help tell them apart.
Sparkle's like, the characters are real good this time, I swear.
Miss Sparkle is so gracious.
The characters are great this time.
Based on surveillance footage, witness testimony, and various pieces of evidence, the killer is ultimately among these 3, and they were not working in cahoots.
Okay, they weren't in cahoots.
You're too lazy to be a suspect.
Lazy.
Right?
Oh, for the laughter! If I talk anymore with you, it'll make my pure soul filthy!
Man, you're making me defend Sampo a lot here. Sampo's like, you know, just being, you know, if you're throwing this like crazy skit at him, I think Sampo being a bit comedic back is totally reasonable. like, respond to foolishness with foolishness. I'm just gonna say that right now.
Detective Black Swan, the dossiers are over here. You can learn more about the suspects from me. I trust you'll be able to cut through the hogwash and find out who Miss Sparkle's killer is.
On a very serious note, right? On a very, very serious note here, right? Because obviously, like, this is funny and there's a lot of comedy to this as well. I think it's very telling that Sparkle's own like, for someone to like script your own death, that's like, okay, as I said, you do that in games sometimes, like a whodunit story, D&D. That happens sometimes, right? Oh, look at this crosswalk. That's really cool. But like the serious aspect on top one here as well. It's one thing to be like, you know, and then like, you know, you find my body hit by a hammer, which is already dark as hell, right? Like, a strangulation is very intentful. It's like very like, you know what I mean? You get what I'm saying. I don't have to describe it. You guys know what I'm saying. It's like, to script your own death like that, that just showcases to me like how like much Sparkle's disregard for maybe not just disregard for humanity, because I don't want to go that far, but a disregard for like, you know, social norms. You know what I mean? Because like anyone hears that, like it's like the idea of just like, imagine you're just saying that like, and then I get strangled. It's like, what? It's like, yeah, that's how it'd go out. You know, that's like what? No. It's like, yeah, it's like I'm only joking. It's like that's not much of a joke. You know, it's just like obviously like there's a comedic nature. So I want to make that clear. There is a comedic nature to like the idea of like the story. It's a scripted story. I know that too. But I'm just saying that I feel like it showcases like how much of a disregard for like those type of social norms that Sparkle has. And I saw that when she was talking to like Adventurine of this disregard for like how you socially interact with someone. Even if you don't like Adventurine and don't like the IPC, it's like one of those things where it's like speaking this way to someone is pretty freaking horrible. You know what I mean? It's like anyone would like be able to hold back and be like, let's not talk like this. But obviously she didn't see it that way. I don't know. That's just what I get from her character. Okay, doke. Let's talk to the deputy sheriff now. I'm having a good time, by the way. I'm having a good time.
Introduce the identities of these suspects to you. It's very straightforward. First of all, is the shopkeeper right? He's one of the Papashi people and only stands as tall as Sparkle's waist, which is often a source of teasing for him. He can get pretty salty about it.
Well, I guess so. Like, he can't help that he's, like, you know, short. It's literally just his people. You know what I mean? That's not a bad thing. You know, he can be short as he wants. Well, not as he wants, but you know what I mean? You know, I get what I'm saying. It's like, of course you get upset by that.
Next up, you have the merchant Lefton. He wants to join up with the Penacony Trading Guild and is in direct competition with Miss Sparkle. That could be a motive for killing her.
Okay.
Finally, there was the gambler Zhongshan. He lost a bet to Miss Sparkle, and he had to hand over his family heirloom. It's possible he harbored a grudge against her.
So we have the three motives are teasing, competition, and a grudge about family heirloom. Okay.
That's all the information we have. Do you need me to repeat it?
No, it's fine.
That won't be necessary.
Yep.
I remember it all.
Hopefully. We gotta Ace Attorney this stuff, you know what I mean? I feel like because I played so much Ace Attorney and I'm a big Ace Attorney fan, that like when I do these like investigation stuff, even like when I did the Fontaine stuff in Genshin, I feel like I have to be like I have to be like not that I have to be good, because no one ever is like, I hope Calvin's good at this investigation thing, you know what I mean? But I mean, like, you know, there's like a thing where like I can't let down my Ace Attorney bros. I'm like, I gotta do this good. Even though you know, I know no one actually cares about that, but like it's we're just joking around. It's not that serious, but still, it'd be funny.
There's the tie.
You know, I gotta live up to the Ace Attorney guys. There's the tie. Okay, that's the tie that they're talking about, right?
That skit before said that the deceased was strangled. Is this tie some kind of joke murder weapon?
The tag on the tie reads, only for Imperial Master Lefton. Seems like it's one of Miss Sparkle's personal belongings.
Okay, so this was for Lefton?
That's not how you use the word imperial.
Tell him, Sampo. Okay, so we have a tie that was for Lefton at one point.
There's an accounting book lying on the ground. It must have been specially placed there by Sparkle.
Of course. Of course it is.
On the title page is written Chen Katong. Is that someone's name? A code name. Oh, I think it's the name of the owner of this book.
Great voice acting as always.
This Jian Katong person should be Sparkle's targeted victim this time around.
Okay. Qian Katong? So she already attacked someone else, so she's saying they're saying she's going to attack Qian Katong again? We get to do another one of these, which is so fun. That's so fun.
So, it's just like the first case then. Only 2 pieces of evidence. The rest hidden inside her memories again, right?
Miss Sparkle doesn't want to distract your investigation.
Are you sure about that?
She doesn't want to distract our investigation? What a law-abiding citizen this Sparkle is. Why doesn't she surrender then?
Oh, that was hilarious.
She doesn't want to distract our investigation? What a law-abiding citizen this Sparkle is. Why doesn't she surrender then?
I love that. Sambo is asking like very accurate questions. It's like, you know, I loved it. I love his frustration. You know? It's great stuff. Let's go. Wow, this place is a lot bigger this time around. For sure. So we have some teleportation stuff. We have this up. Can we walk upstairs? Okay. I was thinking because it looked too easy to get to all this evidence, right? So we have to maybe do some teleportation stuff. Possibly. Can I go through here? Yes. And we can transform back into our normal form, which is a really cool character named Black Swan, as you can see here. She's really cool. Look at this gal. So this is a piece of evidence. So one of these could be red herring, though, right?
A stool that seems quite normal. There are 2 small footprints drawn on it in crayon.
In crayon?
The footprints, which are half as big as standard, must belong to a Pepeshi person.
Okay.
Perhaps it's just that this person's drawing skills are extraordinary.
So we have a wooden stool that has the footprints of a Pepeshi on them. Okay. Beautiful artwork, by the way. And we can try to teleport over here as well. There's gonna be another TV where we can. Oh wait, I guess we don't need to. We can just look at the evidence this way, right?
What's that smell?
Stop.
Why is there a smoked red herring?
A literal red herring.
Mr. Sampo, take a look. This is a wonderful smoked red herring.
Somebody save me from this cringe joke.
You know, Sampo's saying this, it's
Even among
bad.
the fools I know, Miss Sparkle's sense of humor stands out from the rest.
Have you dealt with many masked fools before?
Sampo's saying, this girl ain't funny.
No, only a handful. After all, I prefer warm memories baked in sunshine. They're the ones that usually belong to kind people.
Which would make sense as well why she wants the Astral Express memory so bad, right? 100%. Like, I love Sampo just being like, this you ain't funny. this comedy ain't it. All right, I'm just saying, right? I'm not trying to be bad. This comedy ain't it. You know, and I think the thought of Sparkle sitting there like being like, oh my god, they're gonna find this red herring. You know what I mean? They're gonna find it. Oh, we get to play one of these mini games? Yes, please.
This clock is...
Open it up and take a look.
I love these mini games to death. To death. They're my favorite mini games in the game so far. I love them so much. Okay, so we have to start off by moving this here like that and then mirroring it, I'm guessing? Yes. Was that the only one? Oh, there's one here as well. Okay. Nope. And then we can do this. I always wish they were a little bit longer as well. I love them a lot. They're really fun. They're really fun. Awaken?
Oh, there's a
Ooh.
ring inside.
The heirloom?
This is evidence too. Why was it planted inside another device?
It's rare I see such like a kind of dark, kind of murky green gemstone, but it's pretty in a very unique way, isn't it?
Because this ring was found inside the victim's mouth.
Jesus.
They want to reconstruct the scene of the crime.
You see what I mean? Like that, like Sparkle has no problem saying that she died from strangulation with a ring in her mouth. You know what I mean? Like again, she has no issues with that, no qualms.
In the victim's mouth.
Hey, there's something engraved inside the ring. Zhongshan
Yep,
family
100%.
heirloom. That should be it. Let's head out.
Is that a like very clear evidence of who did this then?
I have to thank you, Mr. Assistant Detective, but the puzzle this time is pretty strange.
Have you found out who the killer is?
Just some shallow intuition. Anyway, let's report back to the sheriff for now.
Great stuff. Okay, so I'm just gonna say it right now, like this seems like a very clear cut and dry thing where it's like it is the Zhongshan family. But we'll look over everything anyway when we're looking at this again, okay?
Oh, for the laughter. Didn't think I'd be seeing Detective Black Swan so soon. Was that? You found out who the killer is?
Pretty much.
You live up protect your reputation, Detective Black Swan. As smart as the nest of magpies roosting in the roof of my Uncle Frank's garage.
Oh, we're glad we're as smart as those magpies.
This guy is mixing up his birds here.
Then go ahead. Who is the killer, and what evidence do you have to prove the case?
I'm gonna say Jean just because it's so
Good. Then let us appreciate your powers of deduction.
it seems quite apparent, right? But you know, we'll check, okay? Are we gonna do elimination again? No, it's Jean. So, I'm denouncing Lefton.
Have you solved the case? Lefton is a wealthy merchant who has been competing with
Wait,
Miss
no, do we-
Sparkle for decades. They're always at each other's throats.
Right. Wait, so it says denounce this time, right? It doesn't say a remove. It says identify, right? So maybe it's
Have you solved this guy? John
Yeah.
Chan is a card shark who used to play Get the Koi with Miss Sparkle. He gambled away his entire family fortune.
yeah. So that would be the ring, right?
This ring is a piece of evidence, right?
That's right. That's the one. What would a penniless wretch of a gambler like Zhang Shan be doing at such a fancy fashion store as this? Because he was planning on robbing it. He'd stolen Lefton's tie and was just about to get away when he saw Miss Sparkle, the one who'd stolen his family fortune from him. So he darted into the changing room and tried to get back his ring.
Is this true? Because then I'm thinking about the tie as well, but
Who could have known that Miss Sparkle would end up swallowing that ring? All Zhang Shan could do was use the tie in his hand to try
No,
and
is this-
prevent
it
her
is
from
elimination.
swallowing the ring. But he unexpectedly managed to strangle Miss Sparkle to death.
huh?
What a tragedy.
There's a tragedy?
If it weren't for your incisive detective work, the murderer
Did I get this
would
right?
still be at large.
Did I get this right?
Is something wrong here?
Yeah,
This
it's very.
is too easy. The first case wasn't hard, but this one.
As you can imagine, the conclusions that the evidence points to are not mutually exclusive. Which means this is probably another prank from Miss
Right.
Sparkle.
Okay.
Mr. Assistant Detective, please feel free to point out a suspect as the murderer.
Ah, I see. Sheriff,
The tie, yeah, that's what I was thinking, because I thought that the other one was
The
too.
evidence
Yeah,
is the tie, right?
Zhang was like so cut and dry.
Correct, Detective Sampo.
Yeah.
I never thought you'd be able to deduce the truth.
I feel bad, obviously, like, cause like you know, obviously I was making the joke earlier where I was like, I gotta do good, but like, I guess like, you know, following the very obvious evidence with the ring and stuff, I guess is probably a bad idea. But I guess in this case, it was like, you know, we should have like, you know, listened to our other part of our intuition where we're like, well, the tie, but we were already too late at that point, so.
Sheriff, the murderer is right. The evidence is the stool, right?
Huh?
Yes, for the laughter. How did I
So it's
fail to
everyone?
realize this formidable intellect of yours?
Then, right from the start, there was no murderer. The evidence is the ring. Whatever, I'm just spitballing here.
It's because they're agreeing with everything.
Goodness me. Deputy Sheriff, is he really a genius? How could such an unfathomable mystery be solved so easily
What is happening
by
here?
him?
What is happening here?
Ugh.
Is it literally just like the possibilities are?
Look, Miss Sparkle has given us a puzzle
Wow.
where every single answer is correct.
That's almost like more frustrating, I guess, than like if there's only one answer, because that means like there's like, you know, there's if there's endless possibilities, that means there's like no direct path that you can follow, I guess, as well. Right? A very interesting way that they did this, honestly. Like, that's pure mischief, right? Where like, because you could say everything is wrong is also an equal way you could do this too, right? But I feel like everything correct would drive you crazier as well, because it's like, wait, this is true, and this is true, and this is true.
Why take it so seriously? Miss Sparkle is a masked fool, not a masked genius. If it's a challenging puzzle you want, please go out there and turn right until you get to the Intelligentsia Guild.
Okay, but I just assumed it was like another...
Responsible for providing an entertaining detective experience.
Yeah, I guess so, but I just assumed that she did this on purpose just to mess with us again.
Anyway, since our genius detective Black Swan has cracked the case, I will now share Miss Sparkle's next puzzle with you.
Sure.
So that's it? This is just going to go on and on forever? We can't do that.
Sam was like already tired. He gives up the energy of like a kid who's like, oh, can we go back? Can we go back, please? I'm tired.
Then I wish you both the best. Oh yes, if you're not in a hurry, I can tell you the answers for some of the outcomes you never chose.
There's an excitable nature to this, right? Does that sound like Sparkle's voice in a way? Maybe I'm wrong. Do you think Sparkle's doing the voice for like all these machines? Is that a possibility?
Just as you said, solving puzzles is all just a cover for something else. That girl is toying with us. What should we do now? Just keep getting led around by her?
Truly, Miss Sparkle is a fascinating person. She seems chaotic inside, but easy enough to understand. Like a performer on the stage or a child hungering for attention. This game will be over soon. This time, we're going to catch her.
But yeah, I did feel like she was like hungering for attention. Yeah, I kind of got that vibe as well. She wanted people to notice her what she was doing. So let's see what this I guess what Black Swan says is the last puzzle.
Swan, Mr. Sapo, you're finally here. I am the famed detective of Penacony, and next to me here is my assistant detective.
Oh, Mr. Assistant Detective.
A murder in a locked room has left us all
A locked room murder, are you kidding me? Oh my god.
As expected, another change in setting.
I played Raincoat, and Raincoat was huge on locked room murders, right? And like they do that sometimes in Ace Attorney as well.
Yesterday, my assistant and I were visiting the famed artist Miss Sparkle, and we stayed the night. But this morning, Miss Sparkle didn't come out of her bedroom.
How did she die this time?
The butler, Zhongshan, said that the door was locked from inside.
Zhongshan's the butler this time?
So we ought not to have disturbed her. But Miss Sparkle had never slept in so late. And no matter how hard he knocked, there was no answer from inside. As soon as I heard, I knew something must have happened. So I acted decisively and broke the door down to get inside.
Am I wrong in saying that this could be like Sparkle doing all the voices in some way?
The room was covered in spattered blood. Miss Sparkle's body was lying right in the middle, her face white as snow. One look told me she'd been dead for some time.
Oh my god, okay, she's dead again. But yeah, if this is Sparkle doing all the voices, then that's like next level, like, you know, trying to get people to notice her, I guess, you know, because it's like she's created this whole scenario and done all the voice acting and done all the, you know, she's put a lot of effort into this.
Thinking quickly, I grabbed the artist's canvas to staunch Miss Sparkle's blood, but alas, poor Miss Sparkle, she's left us now forever. Besides us and Zhongshan the butler, Left and the cook and Wright the driver were also at the scene of the crime.
The driver, okay, and the cook.
What would you like to do?
I guess find out more about those guys. Do they have any motives?
Presumably, Miss Sparkle is now carefully arranging the next crime scene, right?
It seems to be.
Why don't you skip all this rigmarole and just have a heart-to-heart conversation with me?
Huh?
It might tickle a little.
Is she talking directly to Sparkle?
Wait up! Wait up!
Honest kid. I know where you are, Miss Sparkle.
No, what?
No cheating!
Even Sample said this?
Mr. Assistant Detective. You seem to be getting anxious.
It's okay, we were saying, is this it seems to be freaking, it's Sparkle again.
No. This locked room murder case is pretty fun.
But he's rubbing his hands together, though. Like, maybe Sparkle just learned how to do this or remembered to do this now.
Let's go. Can't keep a girl waiting, can we?
Hey, Miss Black Swan, wait up, wait up! Miss Sparkle has one final message to announce.
I guess I might have been tricked by Sparkle again. I guess like it could be a thing where Sparkle just remembered to do like the mannerisms more often, but then again, would she need to? I don't know. Like, it's hard to pick up on sometimes.
Ding-a-ling!
Huh?
Now comes the most exciting and romantic moment in any drama. The audience
This
challenge.
detective cap?
Everyone knows that the mighty masked fool Sparkle can change her appearance to look like
Yep.
others. And in this drama, the villain Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. So then, I put to
Oh.
you, which character is it?
Wait.
Also, if you're interested in the locked room case that the memo keeper ignored, you can try out your powers of deduction.
Her talking directly to the audience is
Lots into
hilarious.
coming up with the puzzle, so don't let it go to waste.
Jesus. Even this music as well.
Thus, the masked genius Miss Sparkle has thrown down the gauntlet. All the clues are in motion.
Look at her.
Happy hunting!
She's legitimately, like, so excited to present this. The music in the background, the freaking detective cap. She's having the time of her freaking life with this situation here. I wasn't expecting that at all. So again, she was, I'm guessing she was pretending to be Sample, right? That's what we're getting at here. She was pretending to be Sample once again. I do love the symbolism, by the way, of the 4 masks, like, hanging around her, which means she could have been pretending to be, like, different people. The idea of the mask, like, the mask itself also showcases, like, hiding your true self, I suppose, as well. And not only just, like, you know, impersonating people and putting on a different face all the time, but I feel like it also is like a showcase of like not trying to show off who you truly are sometimes too. And I guess like just there I have been tricked by a masked fool, it seems. I guess that's part of the game though, you know, it's part of the journey, getting tricked by a mischievous masked fool. What's happening here? That was a really interesting like thing as well. Again, very Sparkle centered, like centered that she would talk directly to the audience that way too. Like breaking the fourth wall in that way.
Why didn't you just do this earlier?
Such a crude approach violates my aesthetics
True.
of memory.
That makes so much sense.
But as a means to an end, I need to put this aside for a more indifferent process.
What she's saying now makes so much sense. She's saying that like it goes against literally my philosophy as of who I am. Like to because she loves like the idea of like you know making memories and getting memories, and if she just solved this in 1 second and knew exactly where the hiding spot was right away, that ends this whole thing. That ends all the memories she can obtain. It also ends the idea of her learning more about Sparkle. Yeah, this is such an interesting case again. Like, I think Sparkle's character is so interesting because, like, not only just because of like the puzzles and all this stuff too. I really sense there is a character who craves attention, but also like rarely shows like, you know, rarely will ever show their true self to somebody. You know what I mean? Rarely ever. Is that a trash can?
There's no weird, sweet dreams troupe, nor is there evidence strewn all over the place. We finally caught up with her. But what's that thing? A Bella Boggian trash can? In Pentecost?
I love he's like, that's his biggest problem. Like, well, I guess that doesn't make sense, right? You're not gonna bring a trash can all the way here.
Hey, dear memo keeper and Mr. Coldfeet, you made it.
Yeah?
I didn't expect you to skip the final puzzle. That's on me. All right. Miss Sparkle cares not for the faults of ants like me. Come then. This is the final question. Listen up. What creature has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night?
3 legs at night. What creature has 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at night? Is that the classic expression, right? Is 3 legs at night the right expression? It is. No, it is. Sorry, it is. I was thinking there for a second. I was like, 3 legs at night, because I think that's like that's the cane, right? So it's just a person. But I never. This expression always like very like I was like, I understand it's like symbolic, but it's like, you know, they should. It's like what they really mean is, well, a creature has 4 legs at the start of their life, 2 legs in the middle of their life, and 3 legs at the end of their life.
No murder case.
Just a
this time
riddle.
around.
Riddle about people, right?
Sometimes it's nice to take things easy. Come on, dear, give me your answer then.
People.
Since it's a classic puzzle,
Yeah.
the answer is people.
I forgot about the 3
Right.
legs thing, but that's definitely like the cane, right?
Wah, wah. Wrong answer.
Huh?
How could it be as boring as that? The correct answer is Sparkle.
What? Okay, fine, it's Sparkle.
When sleepy in the morning, she can't get out of bed. She runs about all afternoon in a fluster, so is exhausted by evening, but has to still raise a hand to hold a toothbrush.
What?
Poor Sparkle.
The toothbrush is the 3rd leg?
So naturally, she's got 4 legs in the morning, 2 legs in the afternoon, and 3 legs at
That was really cool what you did there, but like that the toothbrush is the 3rd leg?
What the heck was that jibber jabber?
It's a lot of jibber jabber.
What a cute answer.
The Black Sauce is like, that's so cute.
Thanks for the compliment, my dear. But you can't try to fool me, seeing as you've just tried to cheat. Wrong answer. Accept your punishment.
Okay, literally battling a trash can again. We've done this before in Sampo's
What do you want to
memory.
know?
So this is the first time playing as Black Swan here. I'm not sure how this is gonna go.
Ill fate descends.
You have a blast.
Stand still.
I kind of maybe don't want to speed things up for a bit. Right?
Good times. never
Should we
last.
do this? Because I feel like I don't want to
Time
like
to
do it
say
too fast.
bye.
Because I definitely would like to try a. It's too late now.
Boom.
Me saying it as we're doing the boom. Okay, that's okay. It didn't work out like that anyway.
Where's the applause?
Where is the applause?
Opponent worth their salt. Let's see some
Yeah, and
sparks fly.
sometimes like with the way I do these battles, sometimes I will like use their abilities on our turns and stuff like as well. We do that like with Sushang, we did that all the time. Sometimes you just let it ride. You know what I mean? Sometimes it's just like if we don't need it right away, but like usually in a boss battle, it's good to get as much damage in as possible. So, a lot of debuffs here, by the way. Which is what you want to do. You want to use her skill then after
I
she
can
does that
take
too.
One arm only.
I'm waiting.
Stand
I love the
still.
follow-up attacks. It's the first time we've ever had a follow-up attack. The tarot cards are working somehow.
The seal of ill fate descends.
Pity.
I kind of want. Yeah, we're gonna get to use her ability, right? We're gonna get to use her ability. So.
This won't take long.
Oh no, we're not. No. I wanted to use her burst.
Holy smokes! What's up with this guy? He just came out swinging from nowhere.
Tough guy.
Huh? No voices? This guy's pretty quiet. Miss, let's hurry up. Flip open the lid and find the girl.
Wait. Don't move.
Don't move.
Something's off.
Wait. Wait, what?
Miss, you.
Oh my
you
God.
Killed Sparkle.
Wait, what? With all the gold here as
How
well?
is this possible? How can people die inside Penacony's dreamscape? In the Garden of Recollection. What did you do?
First of all, this is horrible to see anyone dead like this, like all the scratches, but like... What?
You did this, didn't you? Killing people in their dreams.
No, Black Swan wouldn't do that.
The Remembrance has the powers to do that. You planned it out all from the start because she teased you and was pranking you. You wanted to
Okay,
kill her.
hold on a second here. Hold on.
Oh, I understand. You refused to let me go because you wanted to drag me
Hold
into
on.
all of
Wha-
this. If I don't agree, I'll end up just like she did.
No, you... What is happening? What is happening right now?
There is no death inside Penacony's dreamscape. That's the promise of the family and the blessing of the harmony. Not even a memo keeper can break this barrier.
Right.
There's no need to take such great pains. If you just want confirmation, I've already told you the answer, Miss Sparkle.
Oh my god.
Miss Sparkle!
It's you, isn't it?
Who are you
It's you
talking
again.
to?
You.
Oh my, yeah, all this time Sparkle was just that you wandering around with us again, yeah. When we got that idea, like, at the start and a few minutes ago, right? But, like, this is still a harrowing thing to see. Am I the only one who, like, I know, like, it's not real, right? I know it's not supposed to be real. But is it just me or just, like, I see someone like this and I'm just, like, it makes me feel so freaking awful?
Sparkle has disguised herself as another character. Wouldn't that be you?
Yeah, and it makes
Mr.
perfect
Sandoval?
sense. It makes perfect sense.
This? Don't jump to conclusions.
What's your name? Say your name right now.
If you want to accuse me of being Sparkle, you have to provide the evidence. Oh, I'm afraid evidence is a little too hard to come by. So, deduction will do.
Again, this is Sparkle upset that someone's found her out as well.
The hint for the final question was a little too obvious.
Oh, you mean the locked room murder? I thought you weren't doing that one.
All the painstaking effort that Miss Sparkle put into it. How could I ever miss it? The key to solving the puzzle lay in two pieces of information put forward by the detectives. First, the large splatter of blood at the crime scene. Second, the victim had been dead for some time.
Right.
Based on my shallow understanding, I can only draw two conclusions. One is that the murderer did not need to create a locked room case, because a locked room always needs a reason to exist.
What?
But, based on the detective's description, this locked room did not delay the discovery of the body. There was no third party at the crime scene to frame, and the blood everywhere didn't look like a faked suicide.
Okay, based on... So there's nobody to frame at the crime scene?
That being so, the murderer seems to have no reason for creating a locked room. There is also reason to speculate that if the crime scene was a locked room, then its creator might not necessarily be the murderer.
Black Swan, what is happening? One is that a murderer did not need to create a locked room case because the locked room always needs a reason to exist. So if someone's locked a room, there's a reason behind it. Based on the text description, the locked room did not delay discovery of the body. There was no third party at the crime scene to frame. So the locked room didn't stop anyone from did not delay people finding her, and the crime scene there was no one to frame, and the blood didn't look like it was self-inflicted. That being so, the murderer seems to have no reason for creating the locked room. There's also no the reason to speculate that if the crime scene was locked in a room, then its creator might not necessarily be the murderer. So what she's saying is that whoever did the locked room, like, they'd have no reason to actually lock the room in anyway.
As for my second conclusion, it's even more obvious still. When everyone broke into the scene of the crime, why did the assistant rush off to staunch the blood? A trained professional was somehow happily destroying a crime scene just to save someone who's obviously been dead a while. The answer is simple. It's because the assistant detective is the murderer. At the time, I was in such a hurry that I didn't hear the whole mystery. I tentatively speculated that the murderer had killed the victim the night before, but hadn't locked the door from the inside.
So we didn't hear the full mystery. At first, she thought that she was thinking that the murderer had the victim killed the night before. Okay, but hadn't locked the door from the inside?
And so, when he learned this piece of information, he realized that the victim had created their own locked room mystery.
What? I'm sorry if I'm, like, a bit confused. How'd they do that?
That's why he had to rush to the crime scene as soon as possible, to confirm whether or not the victim left any evidence implicating him.
So the victims
And
somehow locked their own
judging by
room?
his behavior, it probably had something to do with that canvas. Like some final words.
So the reason why they found the body is because they were worried that they would have they were worried that there was evidence left there, and it wasn't that like the locked door was self-locked by the victim, and they rushed there and like did all that stuff with the canvas in order to maybe hide the evidence in some way, destroy the evidence, which would make sense then.
Of course, this is just a simple mind game. The answer to the puzzle isn't important. Miss Sparkle just wanted to pass on one hint to me. That the murderer is the assistant detective. Which means it's you, Mr. Sampo. I've been using this term of address, but
Yeah.
it was you who first came.
So Sampo came up with the idea of calling him assistant detective first.
Has anyone ever told you that you're more like a detective than a memo keeper?
In my opinion, there is no difference between the two. Follow ripples along the surface of the water. Use some abilities and tricks to keep diving deeper, and touch that secret deep inside people's hearts. Salvage it and protect them carefully.
That's super interesting that she sees like the idea of being a memo keeper as like very detective-esque, right? It's like I'm still like doing all this exploration stuff, I'm still doing all this investigation stuff, but it's, you know, it's, yeah.
The truth does not lie. Neither do memories.
Memories definitely do not lie.
Exquisite reasoning, and very close
Close
to
to the truth.
But I have another answer. Would you like to hear it?
Another answer?
That's the first time we ever heard Black Swan like be a little surprised.
The great artiste Sparkle locked herself away in her bedroom using red paint to create the semblance of spattered blood everywhere. And that assistant detective who was first on the scene, who confirmed her death, was not the murderer, but rather an accomplice who assisted her in faking her own death.
So this is the twist?
What a pity. Such a pity.
Wait.
My dear.
Wait.
You were so close to the right answer. Unfortunately.
What?
The right answer is...
Wait, but like look at Black Swan's face. I've never seen her look like even slightly surprised.
Miss Sparkle's body.
What about Miss Sparkle's body?
Sparkle was disguised as...
That is
Sparkle's
insane.
body.
Then who is Sampo?
Ding-a-ling.
I'm sorry. Okay, you did win, but like that is actually like 4D chess. I disguise myself as myself. That is insane. Like, here's the thing, like, you know, like people that are rude to us or mistreat us, you know, we have to give props sometimes in a way that like that is like insane. I'm not. Here's like it's not even props. That is legit insane. Disguising oneself as yourself is something I would never think to do.
Does Miss Sparkle's body even count as a real character?
In this world, I guess, but no, that's insane. Like, that's real mischief. I disguise myself as me.
Why not? Miss Sparkle's body appeared in all 3 of those skits just...
And she's so happy with herself. Look at her. Her cheeks are like all red from blushing. She's like, this is my time.
It's a little bit forced, but it's fine. So, who is this Mr. Sampo?
And that's the thing that's I want to know as well. Like, it is like in a way like one of those things where it's like see, like, I got you. It's like a way to trick it, but like the way it's done, right? I want to make what Black Swan is saying is so true. It is a conclusion that's like not fair, right? It's not fair that you because again, what Black Swan is saying is like that's not a character. Technically, that's someone. It is a character, but that's someone that's gone. So Black Swan's so right at being like, oh yeah, that's not fair, and that's like, you know, it's forced. But at the same time, it's like, to me, like, that lives up to the idea of like what a mischief maker is. It's not fair. It's not a conclusion that like is something that is like, she's not looking for the conclusion that's like, oh, isn't this the best ending to a story? It's literally just like what's going to get the most fun for her, and in the end winning with her mischief as well, and that's what she did here by pretending to be herself.
Beautiful lady, I already confessed everything to you earlier on. I really didn't know a thing. I just helped a friend send a letter. That's all.
Say your name.
So I've been running a fool's errand this whole time.
My dear, why so serious? Haven't you been
Oh
having
my
a
God.
great time?
Oh my god.
I have, at least.
I know you have.
You take memories, and I get joy. We get what we need from each other. Seeing as we're such kindred spirits, but also such loners. Why don't you come and work with me? Ooh, we can dance ballet together.
Oh my god. And it's by the way, it's as well, like it's like you take memories, I get joy. So is she like kind of like saying like, hey, I've created these memories for you, and then you're happy with that, right? You know what I mean? And she's saying, by the way, we're both such loners. I kind of like saw this with and thought this when it came to Sparkle. She never, I feel like, never shows her true self to someone. She's always craving attention, which to me, like, you know, is like a very lonely life, honestly. Like, there's obviously nothing wrong with like people like wanting attention sometimes, but she wants it all the time, and she wants it like in a very extreme fashion. And she's asking her to come work with me now. Come work with me.
Oh? Am I understanding this correctly? A masked fool.
I don't think Black
inviting
Swan will
me
do it, right?
to work together.
A show of unprecedented splendor is about to be staged
Stop.
in Penacony. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes.
So this is exactly what Aventurine was saying to Sparkle, by the way. When Aventurine talked to Sparkle, they said, you can, like, because Sparkle was like, I don't want to get involved in all this stuff, right? But obviously they were kind of like being a bit of a, again, a mischief maker. And Aventurine said, if you're here, I know you're involved in this somehow, right? And Sparkle's basically saying this now.
If you want to appreciate this drama, you have to stand up under that
Oh,
spotlight
stop.
as you take the stage and watch the dancing envelop you. Come with me. This is the best seat in the house.
This is one of the best showcases of a character, honestly. My understanding of Sparkle, to me anyway, again, from my interpretation of Sparkle so far, is higher up than I thought it would be, and I'm just really impressed at the way that they're writing a character that's very mischievous, but obviously has like a very like deeper tone to them when it comes to like, you know, like as I said, their loneliness, their mischievousness, their want to have fun, their craving of attention, like it's all there.
I don't really understand why you're so fixated on destroying family barriers. But, as I said before, a memo keeper can't help you. It's frankly above
So
my
she's tried to get her
pay grade.
help before.
Also, I don't consider you a loner. Oh, I don't mean him, but rather behind
you.
The one who hired you to come to Penacony probably doesn't want you secretly linking up with other forces, right?
So first of all, are we saying that she's canonically friends with Sampo? That's how she knows Sampo. But second of all, whoever hired her to come to Penacony doesn't want her doing this, is what Black Swan is saying.
How did you know?
Who hired you?
Memory is like the deep blue sea. But if you try to catch two fish with one cast, you might not be satisfied with your catch.
She's saying if you rush it, I guess. Yes, you'll get more, but there might not be good fish.
So, you mean you're refusing?
What's up?
Memo keeper.
Stop.
Did you think you could just leave?
Oh my god, all the people surrounding us as well.
Why not?
Why not, she says.
My dear, I don't want to scare you. You'll know the answer sooner or later. We're just getting to know each other a little today. If you ever change your mind, come find me at the tavern.
That is, if you can find
That
him.
is ultimate mischief, right? Not only saying like, not only doing that laugh, by the way, is perfect. That voice acting with the laugh, it's almost like a you know when like someone laughs, but like it's almost involuntarily. It's just so much excitement building up in their body. Even now, Sparkle is like, it's like, hey, yeah, I want you to come find me, but like if you can find me, you know, there's still so much mischief there as well.
Let's go,
Sampo?
Sampo. Who is Sampo?
What?
This is Bella Bug.
So she
right?
doesn't actually know Sampo at all?
I said, why not?
Why not?
Don't worry. Such a crude approach violates my statics of memory.
What?
So once you leave my sight, you'll be able to remember everything again.
So they forgot what's...
And also, I'm sorry, my dear. My dream dance partner? I've already got sight
wait.
on someone else.
Wait. What just happened? Are they saying that, like, in the moment she made them forget who, like, Sampo was and then he forgot where he was? Is that what they're saying? I said, remember, Cuba, did you think you could just leave? Black Swan, why not? I said, why not? Saying, like, I can just leave. And she's saying, like I'm not, it does violate her aesthetics of memory. She's not going to make them forget completely because she wants everyone to remember as much as possible, right? Is that what she's saying? And then, like, I've already had my dance partner, which could be Acheron, right? Acheron or Estelle, even. But I'd say Acheron. Holy frickin' hell. And we're leaving the memory now as well?
What a special dream this has been. Did you notice its nested structure? Being part of a play inside the dreamscape is as weird and captivating as being in a dream within a dream.
Right. So, in that moment, Black Swan made them forget about their memories of some, because we know that they can, like, contain memories, right? We know the memory keepers can do that. She made them forget their memories, or maybe she cordoned off their memories in some way for a moment. But since that goes against her belief, she's like, hey, once I leave here, you're going to remember everything again. And once we're not in front of each other, you're going to remember everything again. And it really felt like it was one of those things where, like, almost like a Yu-Gi-Oh card game where you think you've got someone trapped, and then Black Swan plays that trap card. It's like, hey, it's like, I said, why not? Why can't I leave? I'm leaving right now. In that moment, we had the idea of Sparkle calling herself lonely as well, by the way. And I do get the essence that she is, like, maybe not lonely, but I think it's more like it's about your definition of lonely, right? I think what's really good about Honkai is that they say stuff, but they don't exactly always, like, have to, like, say exactly what they say. I think that's good writing sometimes. You know, like, the best characters will say something, but they don't actually mean it. You know, it's a book I read. And this is gonna sound, I don't mean to sound pretentious. I'm not trying to say that. A book I read, like, on writing years and years ago was, like, the idea that, like, you know, some of the best characters will say, man, I think drinking is bad. Alcohol is bad, and alcohol, you should not drink. And then, like, they hide their alcohol and they drink by themselves, like, all the time. It's that type of character that says one thing but does another. You know what I mean? But in this case, I think that, like, you know, Sparkle calls themselves lonely, but the perception is that, like, no, they actually have, like, not only just Sampo around here, but they also have whoever hired them, their benefactor, I guess, to come here to Penacony. But Sparkle called themselves lonely as well, which I got the vibe that, you know, if you're craving attention all the time, there probably is a bit of loneliness. You can never show your true self. And in this sense, Sparkle, like, jumbled things up so much that, like, you know, to the point that she was pretending to be herself. Like, that's how crazy her mischief got to, is that she's like, I am going to pretend to be myself for a bit. My own dead body. Hey, guys, what a prank, right? On my own dead body. Like, what a crazy interaction there as well. Yeah, the ending there, it feels like she asked Black Swan to come work with her. But Black Swan was like, that goes against, like what I can do for you. It's above my pay grade. Black Swan has already chosen a dance partner, which I think is Acheron, right? So Black Swan already knows that Acheron has, like, a part to play in the story and probably, like, doesn't want to, which again, by the way, Acheron, Wasn't there there was a scene where we were talking to, let me just think now for a second. No, that was different. Sorry, I'm getting mixed up. That was Rune May who was like, hey, you're going to forget about this stuff too. So the idea of like of memories and memo keeping and stuff like this as well is an extremely interesting thing of like the power that they can have. Whilst like, they don't seem like sometimes the most dangerous faction, it is like a very scary thing that they can cordon off people's memories, that they can like, change people's memories, it seems as well. Like that's a terrifying thing. It's a terrifying thing. And Black Swan obviously someone who like loves memories and loves people making memories, so obviously she's not going to contain it for too long. But that moment in the end there where they were like, she was like, Sampo? Who is Sampo? And he's like, this is Balabog, right? It really felt like that she was like showing what she can do. She was like, yeah, you played me all through this whole story. You pretended to be your own dead body. You did all this stuff. But don't forget who I am. You do not forget this. What an interesting aspect to that.
That's the end of Miss Black Swan's dream bubble. Are you satisfied with your experience?
I found it to be so interesting. I found it such a good showcase of a character like Black Swan. How fascinating.
I also found this dream suitably fascinating. You've gained joy from it. And Miss Black Swan surely also feels gratified.
If she wanted us to see this, right? If she wanted us to see this, for sure.
If we meet again, I will pass your esteemed praise on to her. I noticed that the people in your dream were familiar to you. It's worth repeating that dreams are just dreams. And in Pinnacle, dreams can be processed, or even tempered.
Right. I know some people in your dream are familiar to you. Even it's worth repeating the dreams are just dreams. And Pentagon. That's the thing. It's like not to, he's basically saying, hey, don't believe everything you see in these dreams.
Things in our dreams cannot be trusted, let alone in someone else's dreamscape. If there's any information that you'd like to confirm, please do so by the cold heart.
Very interesting.
Reality.
I like this a lot.
Sweet dream.
I like this a lot. Wait, what? Are we going back in?
Really? I wouldn't do anything.
Oh my god, what? Wait, so what the guy was saying, by the way, as well, I love that we're getting another interaction between Sampo and Sparkle. What the Dr. Edward was saying, I believe, is like, hey, like, yes, these are great things. They're great to have these memories, and people's memories don't lie, but dreams can still be tampered with in some way. So, if you want the facts, talk to people in real life. I wouldn't do anything to her.
Don't worry about that, Memo Keeper. Let's talk about my thing. I've helped you out
Oh my
with
God.
everything you've asked, as agreed.
I just realized as well, by the way, Sampo also broke the fourth wall at the end of the Balabog quest, right? He felt like he broke the fourth wall a bit and talked to the camera. And that's something that in a way that Sparkle did as well at the same time too. So he was after something here as well. So she was saying I wouldn't do anything to her. So I wonder if that's saying I wouldn't do anything to Black Swan.
Shouldn't you give my mask back to
His
me
mask?
now?
Since when did the masked fools suddenly start respecting agreements?
Wait.
Just
That,
kidding.
see that involuntary
I'm
laugh
not
again.
seeing that look on your face. Take this key to the tavern cellar. Third barrel on the left. You never saw me.
So Sampo wants his mask back as well? So does that mean Sampo is a part of the masked fools at the same time too? And maybe that was mentioned before, but like, I guess I just didn't read too much into it if it was, but...
But Sampo, after all this time,
Ah.
you just suddenly want to take back your mask. This doesn't seem like the Sampo.
So
I
he's looking to get his mask back then.
Let me guess. A catastrophe is coming to Urello 6. Am I
Wait,
right?
what?
Well, no comment about that. But I love that line you said. If you're too late to take the stage, you can work behind the scenes. That really makes sense.
Wait, I'm a bit confused, but I have two theories on this, right? I have two theories. If if he's talking about what's about to happen to Balebog and Reload 6, right? If he's about to talk like or like, then maybe this could be before the stuff that happened on Balebog, right? Right? But then the tragedy already happened hundreds of years ago, right? As well. But if it's a future tragedy, then whoa! Hang on there, anxious Don Hong loving cowboy Calvin. I have to say something from Calvin from the future. I now believe that that he is talking about something from the future, like something that will happen. Because I feel like if it was something from the past, they would have like made sure to reference that. I think. So I think it is something from the future. The only reason I thought it was like maybe something from the past is because like, you know, sometimes you never know with like this memory stuff. But yeah, I think it is something that's like going to happen in the future. Because again, he's getting his mask back now. So yeah, let's see where that goes. It's a really interesting concept. And then. So if it's the first one I'm saying that there's some tragedy that we already like encountered, that would mean that Sampo is saying I can work behind the scenes, which he did technically work behind the scenes. If it's a future tragedy, he's still saying I can work behind the scenes, which then does fit Sampo. He shows up behind the scenes, he works in the shadows in some way too. But he's saying he wants his mask back, which means he has a mask.
Sometimes even an old-timer like me feels like taking the stage and making a fool out of myself.
Making a fool?
If you're all out of options, please get in touch with me. I'm the kind of person who values friendship.
Oh my god, I bet. Look at the smile.
Forget it. You'll be doing me a favor if you stay away from Bellabog. After all, the elation that Miss Sparkle seeks isn't something old Sempo can stand by.
But he didn't say Koski this time. Is Sampo like saying that he's like, hey, like I love a bit of mischief, but what you're doing, not for me.
Go tell
Giovanni.
I said hi.
Giovanni.
Fine, I'm just spitballing here. Don't take it so seriously.
Sparkle's the type of person that would insult you and then say it's a joke afterwards when you got upset.
Why so?
Oh, come on. Wait, so is Sampo's a masked fool? Is that what they're saying here? Stella, imagine you've already seen that dream bubble. Relax. I want you to know if anyone is coming looking for you. Oh my god. What's up? I'll make this simple. That fool named Sparkle is currently searching all over the place for that dream bubble. I do not know what her intentions are, but allowing her to slip in her hands will only make her situation more confusing. Stella, can you do me a favor and go reclaim that dream bubble? Of course. Yeah. Sure. Your attitude is reassuring. I will go with you. But I don't remember where that dream bubble was left. Can you remind me? How could a memo keeper forget a memory? Are you reading Black Swan? Oh my god! This is the best. I'm not a true memo keeper after all. No. Is this Sparkle? I can figure out so quickly how dull. Oh my god. Pranks are all about the back and forth. You see how much fun I have with the memo keeper. You should learn from a young nameless. This is just the beginning. I'll be back. Stop. Bring it on. We'll see you at Tricks 2 next time. This user does not exist, by the way. That was one of the best endings ever. Are you kidding me? Right? Because I was like, it's like, how could a memo keeper like, wait. Is Black Swan messaging us again? Wait. I imagine you already see that dream bubble. Relax this one if anyone's come looking for you yet. I love this game a lot, guys. I'm getting deja vu here. Let her know right away what's happening. You may also know that interesting young fool Sparkle. She recently got into disguising herself as other people, Stella. Has she tried this with you already? Wait, then you might be... I see you're on high alert. What would you have me prove that I am me? A unique expression, probably? Some unique linguistic habits, like whatever you add full stops or not to messages, but how do we know that? But if that little Miss Fool excels in observations, there's a chance that she could perfectly imitate everything about a person. I think that the only thing that can differentiate someone from is their memories. There's no way for an outsider to completely steal or imitate an outside person's memory. It's just like when we met in Pentecote, it's not. It's strange dreamland surrounding us. A series of strange murders with people differing dreams. The truth, the lies beneath the water surface. Do you need me to go on? That's enough. I don't think she's gonna do it again. Maybe. I don't know. I can't be the one doing all the talking. By your logic, you should also have to prove that you are not Sparkle Cell. True, I guess. I'm just joking. As a member keeper, I naturally know who the person is on the other side of my screen. Miss Sparkle's pranks are not without their benefits. She's able to make us re-examine what we have seen and think about our appearance of reality and dreamscape. It's also the reason that I shared a dream bubble with you. Alright, looks like she hasn't caused any major damage. I'll put on my knees to talk to you soon. That's how I know it's Black Swan. Just checking in on us, right? Wait, are you messaging us again? TikTok, TikTok? What are you doing? Stop! TikTok, what are you doing? That's so creepy. The Reverie. Oh, interesting. There's like a mission to do it maybe. Interesting. Okay. So, this was a very like unique experience of a quest, right? Let me go, I actually like, yeah, someone suggested this a while back, and I actually really like the suggestion they gave when it comes to doing the post. Obviously, like, we'll do it if we're able to, you know what I mean? Sometimes it's very difficult. But where's the jukebox? It's over here. No, it's over here, isn't it? Yeah. Oh, Clara's here. That song is perfect for this. Absolutely perfect. This first of all, just in terms of gameplay, this was like a very like interesting and fun, unique quest, right? It was just like this investigation that really like in fairness was going nowhere, but it was more like less of an investigation and more of like a stage play that Sparkle was putting on in order to like, you know, again, cause some mischief, have some fun. They're a character that clearly likes to have a lot of fun in a lot of cases too. And that's what they had here. They wanted to have fun with us. And have fun with have fun with Black Swan, and that's what we were seeing there was like this comedy troupe, basically, stuff here. That, you know, one woman comedy troupe. I guess Sampa was there too, of course. So my interpretation of this then is that Sampa was that, first of all, Sparkle was hired to come here by somebody who probably wouldn't like her, you know, making deals with the Memo Keeper and stuff, I guess. Sampo came with her because he wanted his mask back. That's what he wanted. The deal was, I help you out with this stuff and you give me my mask back in some way. Which means that, to me, something that I wasn't like fully aware of at the very least is that Sampo was probably a mask fool. If he's asking for his mask back, if he's also saying like, but also Sparkle said to Sampo as well, hey, this isn't like you. So I wonder if Sampo leaves behind the idea of the mask fools like a little bit more than the other mask fools, or maybe that Sparkle is just like an extreme version of a mask fool. That could be the case also. But it seems to me that like Sampo was looking for his mask back for some reason, which was shocking to Sparkle because that means that he wants like, because to me the mask is a symbol of like of the mischief, right? It's a symbol of hiding your face, of disguising yourself, of tricking people. That's what the mask is. So if you're wanting that mask back, that means you want to be able to like, you know, pull the wool over people's eyes in some ways. There's a want to do that. And in this case, she said there's a tragedy that's coming to Balebog. Now, my interpretation of this was like, obviously, maybe there's a tragedy that already came, or maybe there's a tragedy that's still on the way to Balebog. But in very Sampo fashion, Sampo is someone who does work behind the scenes, but will show up at the right moment to help you out in that way too. So what we know from that is Sampo is probably a mask fool. He got his mask back, or he's getting his mask back because there's a tragedy coming in Balebog, or already happened. I'm not sure, depending on the timing of the memory. He made a deal with Sparkle to help her out with this like whole thing where he led Black Swan on this journey throughout this mission and stuff, I guess, as well. That's why he got so because the thing is, like, I was like, it clearly was Sampo in the end, but like, I was kind of like, multiple times I was like, it's not Sampo, it is Sampo. But I think that's like intentional, right? That's the mischief. It's like, oh my god, is that Sampo? That's not Sampo. Is that Sampo? It's Sampo. That is genuinely seems like that is like the perfect response. You know what I mean? I'm never gonna feel bad for like getting tricked by Sparkle, or not getting tricked by Sparkle, or like you know, messing up like my interpretations of what Sparkle is doing, because I feel like, you know, getting tricked by a masked fool every once in a while is good for the soul. I think, you know, it's good for the game, in my opinion. It makes the game like a lot more fun. You know, it's thinking highly of ourselves in that way, where we're like it's like, I didn't get fooled, I didn't get that. You know, it's like sometimes it's nice to get tricked and have your mind twisted a bit when it comes to like the masked fools. I'm guessing here as well. In the end, she wanted Black Swan to join with her, and this is something that's very common across all of Penacony, by the way, because Black Swan was saying that like there's stage is about to happen, like something big is about to happen in Penacony, and while it's too late for you to take center stage with us, you can do something behind the scenes with us, which means something. Everyone knows there's something happening. Aventurine was right. Aventurine was right when they said to Sparkle, you know that if you're here, that means you're part of the drama. You know what I mean? You could be that person who's like, I don't get involved in the drama. You're here. You know what I mean? You're here. You don't show up to the ice cream truck if you don't want ice cream. You know what I mean? You don't come to the restaurant if you don't want a drink or food. You know what I mean? It's just that's what it is. It's you came here for a reason. You're part of the drama, even though she was definitely trying to hide that from Aventurine and stuff like this as well. But in the end, Black Swan, from my interpretation, cordoned off some of the memories of the two characters just for a moment. I think it's a double thing. It's like, okay, I'm leaving here first. Like, I'll show you that I can leave here if I want. I'm going to be one that's going to be like, bye. You know what I mean? See ya. Before Sparkle does. But, because then later Sparkle's like, I wasn't going to hurt her. You know what I mean? Because Sparkle was also saying, like, I wasn't going to hurt her as a way, like, I'm not going to, like, actually, like, do anything to her. Why was she doing this trick to me? But she made Sampo forget where he was and made Sparkle forget who Sampo was. Because she's like, come on, Sampo. And she's like, Sampo. You know what I mean? Like in that moment, it was very, very interesting. And again, for a masked fool to be like caught in their tracks and to be kind of like, I feel like that's the one thing that could stop a masked fool in their mischief, like, and make them feel like they're the ones that have mischief put on them. That's like someone who could, like, deal with memories and mess with memories. But I love the Black Swan said as well, which is in ties with her character. She did this as like a trump card or a trap card as to show off a little bit. And then she's like, hey, you'll remember everything after this because it's not in my nature to have people forget stuff. You know, she doesn't like doing that. And she also said, I have a dance partner as well, which I think would be Acheron, because Acheron did say that there was a character in a Dark Veil that invited her to dance, right? So I'd say it is Acheron. You could say it's Stella as well, 100%, but I think it's Acheron. Or you could say it's Aventurine as well, because it's someone that she's made a deal with also at the same time too. So there's also that as well. There's like multiple different things. By the way, I want to make this clear as I always do. I have to say it multiple times, I think. And again, it's not being rude to anyone. And I think it's totally okay for me to say this. I do not want anything that has not happened yet confirmed or denied. So please, always. And again, I say this all the time because I know some people think like, oh, but no, but like this information I'm about to give you this spoiler is super important. I need you to understand that it's not, okay? It's not. You think it might be important, but it's not, okay? Your spoiler is not more important than another person's spoiler who didn't give a spoiler, if you get what I'm saying. That's just what I gotta say. I want to make it clear here, especially because I have great mods and they're fantastic at getting rid of stuff as well. But like, you never know as well, and I do, want to make sure that make that a clear thing. And that's across all playthroughs, by the way. It's not just Honkai, it's every playthrough. Yeah. So that's like my interpretation of the ending of the quest. That's what happened there with the stuff with Sampo and Sparkle and Black Swan. I think, again, Sampo getting back his mask to me is like him basically saying that he needs to be like a bit of mischievous. He needs to like do it, like maybe disguise or trick someone. He needs this for now. And it honestly makes sense now as well. Like if Sampo was like talking directly to the camera and looking at us in some way, like being a bit mischievous there too, like being a masked fool would like make a lot of sense too. And it fits his personality in a way too, but I think the difference between him and Sparkle is like what he said. Like, your type of tricks aren't my thing, okay? I did this for a deal one time. The stuff you do, not my thing. Sampo is like, I'm not gonna pretend I got strangled with a ring. You know what I mean? That's not my thing, Because I do think Sampo is a caring person at heart, you know what I mean? And he is, and that's probably why he didn't have his mask for so long as well at the same time too. This quest in general, the whole quest, like in terms of like its story and its mechanics, showcased to me Sparkle as a character and Black Swan as a character in a very, very fantastic way. I think that what we've seen with Sparkle, from my interpretation of Sparkle, is that Sparkle is a character who, like, again, loves playing tricks on people, loves making fun of people, loves like having a laugh like in this way and making people feel tricked, making people feel like they've messed up or their heads messed up. Even in the end, she did a nasty trick, which is no one suspected you're going to disguise yourself as yourself. But once again, that is her getting the upper hand so she can have a laugh. Every time she laughs, it's like an involuntary laugh. It's like her body just feels so good after tricking people that she just like lets out a giggle. She's like, oh my god, this is hilarious. Oh, this is so funny. You can hear it in like the voice actor did a great job with that. It like feels involuntary. Like have you ever heard like someone have like a nervous laugh at like in a serious situation where they go like, like someone go, like a little tiny like little it's almost like comes out like a ghost. It's like, oh, what possessed you? And I feel like that's what's happening with with Sparkle in a sense. Sparkle wanted Black Swan to follow this whole route, it feels. I think a combination of like wanting to have like her own type of fun, but maybe also showcasing as well like what she can do here and what, you know, I guess like not only that, but like what, you know, if you join up with me, like this is like, you know, look what I'm able to do here. Look, I got the upper hand here, you know, like I was able to trick you. And in Sparkle's mind, that's probably is a thing where it's like, well, I tricked this person, I'm smarter, I win, join me. You know, with Black Swan's like, hey, well, I can also do this. So, and like reverse trick, right? It's almost like, you know, someone figuring out your card trick and then doing a card trick back to you in a way. I don't know. It kind of feels like that way in some way. But it showcased to me also that Sparkle is a character who is constantly disguising themselves. You never fully get to see a true interpretation of Sparkle's person, at least not yet. We're never seeing the full Sparkle. We're never seeing the full Sparkle because every time we have a conversation with Sparkle, there is an essence of trying to either get the upper hand, trying to make someone feel weird or messed up in some way. I even got that like vibe with like Sunday and Adventuring are perfect examples. She was attacking Sunday in that way because she wanted to poke a button. She wanted to push a button. And the best way to do that was to say, you don't care about your sister. You know, you don't care about that stuff, which is dark as heck, by the way. I want to make that clear. We also learned this quest like about how she doesn't have any social norms, 100%. Pretending to be dead, pretending to be choked, you don't do that. Pretending to be someone's dead sister, you don't do that. You know, it's saying the stuff she said to Adventuring, you don't do that. She throws all social norms, all anything that a normal person would, I don't want to say normal, but you know what I mean? Any person would think not to do. She's like, well, I have to do this because this is just like for fun, you know? I think that line at the end, why so serious, is a perfect example of why she does it, because it's like, why is everyone taking this so seriously? It's just a joke, you know? It's just a joke. But I think it showcases in this whole quest the personality of Sparkle, someone who's constantly hiding their true self, someone who's constantly trying to like, you know, put on different masks. She definitely, I think she is a little bit lonely. I think that there is a lonely life to being someone who is constantly pretending to be other people, and no one will ever truly trust, no one will ever truly understand, and there is a loneliness to that. Even if she doesn't say it, even if she doesn't feel it, there is like a feeling of loneliness to that too. And again, that line at the end, why so serious, is a perfect encapsulation of her character. You know, she again poked fun at said horrible things to Adventuring, said horrible things to Sunday. You know what I mean? It is, without beyond a shadow of a doubt, no matter what, it is horrible to go to someone and say you don't care about your dead sister, and then pretend to be their dead sister in that process as well. That is an horrific thing. It is something that is like, it goes so far, even in the dream world, even in anything like that, to pretend that you got strangled, to pretend to be your own dead body. She is willing to go this far for this. And the why so serious, the reason why that encapsulates Sparkle so much to me is that she doesn't fully grasp other people's personalities the way that people might be able to grasp, like, because people can't fully get a good idea of who she is. But I feel like she also, like, you know, will never truly grasp other people at all, because she's pretending to be so many other people that she can never truly relate to who she is as a person. And which means that even though she has all these different ideas of who people are, she always does a very like surface level thing in a way, right? It's like I'm pretending to be Robin, and it's like, oh, I'm a singer, I can't wait to use this thing, or like, you know, like all this stuff as well. Like, it's like I'm pretending to be Sampo, only gets like the base levels of who Sampo is on like the basic level, you know what I mean? So there is like this thing about Sparkle where she is so stunned in a way, it's like, or annoyed, that's like, why are people taking this so seriously? I'm just having fun, you know what I mean? So there probably is an annoyance there, but also at the same time, there is a feeling of a lack of understanding of why people would get so upset by this, but also at the same time, she gets enjoyment of people getting upset by this, if you get what I'm saying. It's like, I don't get why people get upset by this, but oh my god, this is hilarious to me. This is so much fun. She gets a joy out of seeing a distressed look on someone's face, a shocked look on someone's face. She gets a really big joy out of that. And that's the reason why she was looking back at Adventuring, as she was saying this stuff. That's the reason why she met with Sunday and started poking at him as well. She wants to see someone's reaction. Same reason why she probably threw us into the dreamscape. I genuinely think now that the reason she threw us into the dreamscape was not only to mess with us, but it's because I think she did want us to kind of like be a bit disoriented, to like see more of this universe, and in a way, I would say get like, again, more confused. And it probably brings her a joy as well to watch us, like, kind of like, I don't know, not watch us, but like, I guess like, you know, if we're in the dreamscape and we're in this dangerous area, I guess brings us more of a joy to like
Nice.
how do I say this? To see us kind of like try to understand all this stuff, right? To try and understand all this stuff. And in the end, like, she wanted to point us towards Firefly, right? She wanted to point us towards Firefly. So she suspected Firefly of doing something like, or like of being kind of like a, she knew she was like she was not telling the full truth about herself. But yeah, that's kind of my assertion of Sparkle from this quest. That Sparkle is a lonely person who will never truly understand other humans until she tries to understand herself and the humans that she tries to pretend to be. Because she does not have like a full understanding of that, in my opinion, at all. At least that's what I get from her character. And she's someone who definitely loves mischief, but I think at the same time too, the loneliness comes from that idea of like, you know, why so serious? She's like, why do people not understand this? Why doesn't Sampo want to have like this joke with me? You know what I mean? There is a loneliness to that as well. At least I feel. And now in terms of understanding Black Swan's character, Black Swan to me is a character who genuinely loves the idea of like people's memories. We know this too. And in this showcase, I feel like, or this, it showcased her very well here too, because she definitely understood, like maybe kind of got an idea of what this whole, you know, case was by the, you know, from very quickly into this case. And I think the reason they showcased that for her is that whilst she didn't fully ascertain what the case was, the hidden body and all this stuff too, she's also someone that's not to be like messed with either. While she comes across as someone who like is a little bit gentle sometimes, even though she has some amazing powers, they showed that she can do like some amazing stuff, like the way she like separated us from Acheron, brought us to Aventurine, and now this as well with the memory stuff. Like it's kind of like a reminder. It's like, hey, Black Swan is like very mentor-ish. She's someone who like is very calm, cool, and collected. But, you know, she's not someone that, like, you know, you're supposed to be, like, messing with either. You know what I mean? She's someone who's pretty powerful at the same time, too. It's just that the only thing that's probably fortunate for us is that she does genuinely want Stell to be okay. And she wants good memories for good people, because that's better than bad memories for bad people, if that makes sense. So I think she's the perfect foil for someone like Sparkle, who wants to instill bad memories in people, whereas someone like Black Swan loves the good memories in people. Maybe I don't mean bad memories, but wants to instill memories that will like bring up like, that time I got tricked. Whereas Black Swan is someone who like is the opposite, who wants the idea of like someone to have like a good life and explore and have so many experiences so she can actually like experience those memories as well. That's my interpretation of those characters and this whole story. Sampo as well. My look at Sampo now after that as well is that he's someone who like clearly sees that there's something coming, or maybe there was something coming, and almost like a necessary evil in a way to put on the mask again, where it's like, I gotta put on my mask, and I'm not gonna take center stage, but I will do something behind the scenes as well. Yeah, so that's again, please give your opinion on those characters as well. I really enjoyed this quest. I think it was a really great character showcase for like 3 characters here as well. And I can't wait to see more from these characters. I really can't. Sparkle is such an interesting character. Probably one of the few characters that really like makes me uncomfortable in a lot of ways. But still a very like great quest in my opinion as well. She's such an interesting character. Sparkle is such an interesting character. She really is. Someone who has so much like extravagance and pomp and circumstance and pageantry to herself. But acts as if like, you know, but also sometimes at the same time too, how do I say, she acts as if the world doesn't matter to her, but at the same time, it does. It's like one of those things where it's like, someone replies to someone on a Twitter thread, I don't care. It's like, well, you're replying. You know what I mean? Sparkle is someone who like, sometimes needs to act like she does not give a damn, like she did with Aventurine. Sometimes he needs to act like she doesn't give a crap. But I feel like she gives a crap in a way that she wants to be involved in all these situations, but just in a way that she can get enjoyment out of it, I feel like. Because again, she loves mischief. She's a masked fool. She's someone who like will enjoy that in some way as well. I think that like, now that we've explored this stuff as well, I think I have no problem like reading the masked fool thing in the databank, right? I think that's a good thing since we have like more masked fool characters. And this is what I said, by the way. This is how I'm doing with the databank. I've said it before. The databank has spoiled stuff for me before when I read it on Jan's show, and then an hour later someone explained it. But I feel like this is a good time to probably like, you know, read on the at least on the masked fool stuff, right? I think it is. Where is it? Am I not seeing it? Is this the Masked Fools? The, this? Maybe I'm just not seeing it? Oh, maybe Eons? Oh, Eons. Yeah, it's an Eons. Masked Fool. Yeah, okay. And there's Masked Fool's Elation, yeah. Irradiation is a hunk of junk. The preservation is a fool. The hunt has no sense of humor. And the destruction is a lunatic. All the Eons are as stubborn as they come. What a shame for Aha. So Aha is like trying to like, I guess, again, have fun with these guys too. To savor joy is a privilege unique to sentient beings. Neither is the dusty rocks nor the distant stars can fathom the humor of that life entails. So they're saying that life is funny. Go seek adversaries of worthwhile your medal. Game that while away the hours, and outcomes are indifferent to victory or defeat. So it's not about getting victory or defeat. It's about having like a humor in life and having fun in life. Go chase laughter that leaves you breathless, twist sporns of fate, whimsy, and songs that ascend your soul. This explains Sparkle so much. Sparkle didn't win that interaction, but you had a lot of fun. You know what I mean? Sparkle had a lot of fun with that as well, and that seems to be like what they're getting at there as well, is the idea of like, hey, like go chase what makes you happiest the most. Go chase what makes you laugh the most. It doesn't matter if you win or lose. It's that if you had fun with this. And then we have the Masked Fool's Elation. I can't believe I didn't see this. But we have even an organization like the Masked Fools sing the praises of their Aeon. The Aeon will never give you up, never let you down. They will run around and desert you. They will never make you cry. Never will say goodbye or tell a lie and hurt you. Rick asked Rickley, super pop star of Epsilon's okay game. I never thought I'd get rickrolled in Honkai Star Rail, but here we are. The Masked Fools tell a parable of the birth of their beloved Aeon. When the Aeon of Elation climbed to the highest branch of the Tree of Existence, they saw the cold and despicable void, the stars operating like machinery, and how the meaning of all things bows before nothingness. They continued looking until they saw a baby fall to the ground and cry and had been wronged. The Aeon burst into laughter. Laughter so clear it tore through the cold universe and still reverberates through the universe today. Aha saw a baby fall to the ground and laugh. Oh my god. And that makes sense. Like I feel like that is like, I don't know. I think like, a lot of people like, there's like, a kid falling and then crying. I know there's people online all the time that are like, I think it's funny. I don't personally ever like find it funny, right? For me personally, I'm not judging anybody, but that is a Masked Fool trait. It feels like, right? Where it's like, you get joy out of like that thing where it's like, oh my god, someone fell. The fools believe that the truth of the world is a joke and that the ultimate meaning of all things lies in mere laughter. The universe is merciless, but there is joy to eliminate pain, dilute sorrow, and resist nihilism, and heal wounds. Laughter is a gift, and intelligent races is the only answer. Now, this to me says like they're saying like the world is a joke because like everyone's going to die, people will get hurt, the universe is merciless, but there is joy in rejecting nihilism and kind of like having a laugh with life. It's like, hey, life sucks, right? It's a joke, you know what I mean? There's that line from a Biffy Clyro song, are we live because God tricked us, or is this just a joke on us? You know what I mean? Or are we live because God saved us? Or is this all just a joke on us? Life can be like, seem like a joke where it's like, oh, things are so hard that like, and things are so tough. It's like honestly, like it is kind of like, that's like almost being broken by the world and like having to laugh in a way, right? Masked Fools are extremely radical when it comes to their beliefs among their followers of elation. In the pursuit of pleasure, they do whatever it takes to find it, often causing havoc wherever they go. I wonder who that sounds like. They laugh at heroes as for self-righteousness, the kings for their lust of power, lovers for their infatuation, and scholars for their overthinking. We kind of can get that when it's her laughing at Sunday, which is like, hey, like, oh, you care about this girl, But I genuinely think Sparkle is like it's a character that like I don't know, maybe yearns for some of this stuff too, maybe in a way too. Maybe I could be wrong. Maybe that not that she yearns for it, but I do think there is a loneliness to her character. The Fool's objective is to stir the stagnant pool of life to create surges and change, because change is a source of mockery and amusement to the Fools. It would be a welcome sight if someone could turn the tables on them. Black Swan, right? And I love that people are talking with them like this too. Like it's like we're like you can kind of understand some aspects of like if they left it like, hey, the world is a joke, let's have a laugh, right? I can totally understand that where it's like, hey, yes, the world sucks. Let's all just like try to find the humor in life, right? But in this case, they're trying to find it wherever they can. They laugh at heroes for self-righteousness. If you're someone who's like, they laugh at Japard because he's like, I will save Billabong. Kings for their lust, you know what I mean? They're gonna laugh at lust power. They're gonna laugh at like they're gonna laugh at anyone who like is trying to like obtain power. Basically, they're trying to laugh at anyone who's like, you know, I can take over this place. You know, it's like, that's hilarious. Lovers for infatuation, so they laugh at people because they find love, and scholars for the overthinking. They laugh at people who like study things. They're like, why even do this? Life is a joke. Why are you doing this? And that's probably the basic principle of like being like a mass fool, which is like all this life sucks. Life's a joke. Life's just a one big joke. Why are you even doing this stuff? You know, it's like they're the type of person that like. They see their friends studying and they're like, dude, we're all going to die anyway, you know? The fool's objective is to stir a stagnant pool of life. So it's like, hey, like they feel like life is stagnant. Let's stir it up and create some change, because change is a source of mockery and amusement to the fools. So they think when something changes, and again, change can be anything. Change can be getting a new piercing, or change can be a new mindset. They definitely would want that in... here's the thing. Pushing Stell into that dreamscape is 100% to me... an essence of change, right? It's like, hey, like, you're never gonna be the same. We never were. You're never gonna be the same again after you leave here, right? What happened with Firefly and that stuff, you know? Truly. It'll be a welcome sight if someone could have turned the tables on them, and that's what happened with our gal. Yeah, and when I say, by the way, that she's someone that, I don't mean to mean that like oh, her character, she didn't really need someone to love. I don't mean it like that. Because we obviously haven't gotten like a full idea of that yet, but I'm saying that it would be a lonely life, in my opinion, of someone who you never really know who you are. You're a different person all the time. You're someone who is constantly like being different people. You never truly understand those people at their heart, right? You only laugh at them. You only treat them as a joke. And that to me is 100% like a lonely lifestyle for me. Oh my God, I've talked for quite a bit today, guys. But there was a lot of stuff here I was very interesting. I think Sparkle's character is a really interesting character to like dissect and stuff, I guess. But that's going to do it for this episode, guys. Thank you so much for watching this episode. Thanks so much for supporting the series. Next week is the next Genshin update. Next week, we're also going to be doing more quests and more Honkai Star Rail. So we're going to have like 4 videos next week of just Hoyo stuff. It's going to be so fun next week. I'm so excited. Thank you guys so much. And thank you guys to my YouTube members, the highest tier. By the way, if you want to be a YouTube member, you get your name read out at the end of a video, or you get your name in the credits. Credits is €10, and name read out is €15. Or you can join in the Q&A for €3. It's all this stuff. It's fun, I'd say. It's fun. Or the community video at €10 as well. Or you can become a patron. And that's a nice thing to do as well. I'd never advertise it, but I'm going to advertise it maybe more, because it's like, why not? Like, it's not like anyone's going to be like, oh, why would you, not advertise it? And sometimes you will get videos early, basically. Thank you so much to Ty for R2, Jamie Bull, Johnny the Banana, The Ghost of Inazuma, Felicious Felix, Ewald, Radish, Anusta, Death Trap, Lix Markey, Assassin, True Peanut Butter, Peter Shelson, Leon, High Casparian, Jared Bean. I'm at the high tier of my YouTube, Roll Game 7 and Blasco, and I'll see you all so soon. Bye bye.